You suck.
That's really funny. Actually, there's one scene in it that I seriously will think about in the middle of the day randomly, and I think it's fucking hilarious.
What is it? Give me the gist of the scene.
Basically, it's about how this guy got involved in cockfights, but then it's a flashback to what the cockfight was, and it's him in a ring with a chicken, right? And he's like, "Get me out of here!" He's all against the fence with the chicken, just walking around. He's like, "Please let me out!" Because he's super drunk, and it's really funny.
It's like that scene in Sherlock Holmes, the first one.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And he's discombobulated, and he just kills the chicken.
He just kills the chicken. He just kills the chicken.
and he's like, "I want out!"
All right.
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay, Wolfero.
Welcome to Podcast 2, the podcast titled Where We Don't Talk Over Each Other, which is something we need to not do.
Wait,
Good luck with that.
2? I thought we did 2 already.
No, 2 was when everyone was sick and we decided not to put that out. When we get famous, we'll call those the Lost Files. Not really.
And then everyone will care about them because we have proven merit. But before then, no one cares.
And now I sound like an incredible cock because I've said that when we're famous.
Giant cock and balls.
Giant cock and balls.
Now you're gonna get hit in the head by Sherlock Holmes. Guys.
So, Merry Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yes, today's February the 14th. And like all hopeless losers, we're sitting here talking to the internet.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys had better Valentine's Days than us.
I had a pretty good Valentine's Day.
Pretty good.
I slept
I
all
saw
day.
girls.
I indeed
walking
saw many
on the street and stuff.
I went into their apartment and then they asked me to leave.
Well, that's pretty good then.
Yeah, the cops didn't even have to show up this time. They were so nice.
Wow.
I was like, well, it's Valentine's Day. And they're like, I'll get my mace.
And then they swung at him.
So, how are you guys this week? What did we do? We didn't do anything. Shit, I had a shitty week.
Mine was pretty good.
I had a friend whose apartment almost burned down.
What?
Can we please tell that story?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Anya's apartment.
Yeah, my friend Anya lives in an apartment downtown, and she's got a crazy landlady who lived on the floor beneath her.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a woman who would scream about little green men all the time. And apparently she had a crawl space beneath her apartment, and she'd lined the walls with tinfoil. And she was down there hiding with a candle and a blanket, and a fire got started. And her apartment's fucked, so Anya had to move buildings.
What?
So I helped her move today. Yeah.
That's really ridiculous.
Maybe she shouldn't have that crazy landlady as a landlady.
Well, the only reason she's a landlady is because she's the property owner's daughter. Charlie, you blowing it up over there?
No, that was Rob.
Okay.
I haven't.
So,
I've been hiccuping though.
Maybe that's just
while we're on the topic of Valentine's, I have to read you guys this Valentine I got from this card I got from my father. And on the front, it's got an ugly little squished face dog, and in
Boston Terrier.
Wait, your dad got you a card for Valentine's Day?
It's not. What is it?
My dad
It's
yes.
just a card.
My dad gave me a rose for Valentine's Day.
It's a happy
one time.
birthday card.
Jealous?
Oh, that's
Sorry.
why he gave you the money in it.
Yes, it's a happy birthday card. And it says on the front in typeface, from a label maker, it says, "Life is short, stop and smell the crotches." Which, great, whatever. Fuck it.
From what I'm learning about your dad, that's very fitting for him to send to you.
It's not been fitting for the past 17 or 18 years of my life.
Yeah, but I've only known of your dad for the past few months.
Yeah, I know. No, nobody thought I had a dad.
That's
And
true.
then when they found out he was-
Nobody thought he had a dad.
Then when they found out that he was
I don't know why I repeated
65 years older than me, they were curious, more so. So it reads like Toki or Swisscar from Metalocalypse. And it says, Zach, hop all is well, and your kick as at moo you. Whatever that means. Hope we can spend the summer makin's money and drinkin's beers. BEER''S. Love, Dad. And then this card has the feeling that it was written very quickly.
May I see it?
Yes, you may. In fact, please look at it.
Was he having a stroke as he was writing it and like saying it out loud and spelling out what he was saying?
My dad may be old, but he's half Native American, and so
He's going to live forever.
going to live forever. Because the only thing that kills our people is alcohol poisoning.
and
Well, crap. I'm Native American and Irish.
And
I am
drugs.
good.
Bro, Bridget,
So,
the
like,
Irish
you
dive a lot.
exaggerated most of this, except for the part that says, "Hope all is well and you're kick-ass at Muyu." What?
MOOYOU. But it
No.
says making
money and drinking.
No. That's a G. It just isn't connected.
No,
Same thing
that
with
is an S.
No, I mean, yeah, I can see how you would think that, but like,
because it's an S.
it's not.
It is
It's just-
written
The
exactly
crease was
like
right
this.
there, so he's not.
Then
gonna
what
look
is
complete
the
down
S
like
at
a-
the end of drink? Oh, it's a G.
Looking a fool. He doesn't want to look a fool.
Then why is it capitalized B on beers and BEER''S?
All right. Is that,
Every letter
No,
in this card
throw
is
a
He dotted the
capitalized.
S.
He
That-
dotted the S.
that-
It is a vector. It is.
That I can agree with.
There is a vector
There's
line
that.
above it.
I think the best part of this is your kick-ass at Muyu. What does that mean?
MOOYOU.
That doesn't make any
What does
sense.
it mean? It is the most mysterious letter.
what does it mean?
Does it mean he's the origami killer?
Also, he spelled your name E-A-Z. No, I'm just
Yeah, backwards EACH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yak.
No, it's
Zach,
a 3.
Zach,
It's a
stand
three.
this and throw a picture up for the audience.
All right.
All right. So what else is new?
So I had a shitty week.
You knocking shit off the table?
I had a shitty week.
Oh, but-
I had a Comp 2 test,
Ooh.
which I think I got a 64 on. But it's fine because they curved the whole course, and Anya got a 50 or a 62 on the first test, and she got an A in the course.
Wow.
And so I could still pull off a good grade. Then I had a statics test, which is engineering stuff on non-moving bodies.
Statics test.
And then I had a chemistry test, which I got a 77 on, and I winged it. I didn't even study a minute. So that was good.
I would like to point this out for anyone who's like me. Statics is not statistics.
Yeah. Who would
It's
think that?
completely to me.
Oh.
It's completely different.
It's okay. There's a kid I know, and he said he's in statics, and I was like, He's like, no statics. So I was like, oh.
Hydrostatics.
And then that was all that was
I
said.
ran hydrostatic tests all summer. Pipeliners!
So anyway,
I'll get to do that. Maybe.
Hopefully, because it's the easiest job in the world. I mean, if you've got a brain cell, you can do it. Anyway, Charlie, how was your week?
it was really good.
Anything interesting? Did you fart on any
Well,
weird
if you
people?
let the man talk.
No, I won't. I'm just going to talk about Charlie's week over him. I'm going to completely disregard the name of this episode.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
All right, so I had a
Shut up, baby. I know. I'm sorry. Please continue.
I'm gonna cry. Stop it.
Oh, let's make him cry.
No, that's not. I already want to. So I went and watched. I went and watched the play here. Not because I wanted to, but because my intro to theater professor was like, "You gotta go watch this for a grade, and you gotta take a test on it." So it was called Middletown, and it was like this really philosophical, introspective play. And now I just want to go back to the dorm and like cry into my
That
head.
is so corrupt.
You know what?
You have to pay for your ticket for a grade.
Yeah, but our intro to public speaking thing is the same thing. It'd be different if he
No,
was
I know
making,
it's-
if he wrote the play. What he did.
Okay.
Right, but the thing is, it's this. I know it's the same thing, and I think that's equally as corrupt.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you know,
it's stupid.
we've talked about it all the time.
But
He can either take the high road or be a super scumbag about this. He can take the high road and ask you like what the play was about and to like use your own words to describe it, or he can be a super scumbag and say who played this character.
No, but who played this character would be easier to answer.
No,
because you could get a
'cause
program.
I didn't have a program.
But you can
I
find
showed
one.
up late. We went to dinner at Sherry's, my aunt and uncle and I, and because they're going to Denver to visit like my uncle's granddaughter. Anyway.
Oh, Casa Bonita.
Yeah, Casa Bonita.
Were the granddaughter's name in Castlevania?
No, the granddaughter is Casa Bonita.
It's Casa Bonita. Okay. Anyway, so we went to Sherry's
The
and we
building.
waited like an hour for food, and we never got our food because we asked the waitress. We're like, "Hey, are we gonna get our food?" Because it was like 7:05 when we asked. And we're like, "Oh, we're just putting in your order now." So we left and we went to Safeway and got sandwiches instead. So I ate a sandwich
Whoa.
on the way to the show, and they're like super apologetic. And I was like, "Dude, I'm just happy I get to eat tonight. I don't even care. Like I'm like down." So
And then
I
he
was
left a
wondering.
big box of like cheese flavored snacks on his chair.
That's true. Yeah, my mom sent me just a bunch of cheese related items and
Aw.
some nickel nips.
All right, seriously,
Yes.
cheese-related items are the best.
And nickel nips, hell yeah, I squirt
What-
some shit on my tongue all day.
What is a nickel nip?
It's the little wax bottles with fruit juice inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Do you chew on the wax?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Okay.
put them in your mouth.
You guys,
and
Charlie and Bridget know what's up because you chew on the wax when you've like popped it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob 2. Spencer's got this look on his face like he's so
The thing is,
disgusted.
no matter how you eat those, it's bad. It's bad.
I used to like put them in the fridge when I was younger, like get them at the swimming pool
And
because
then
they have snacks
you
there.
use a bottle opener.
No, I'd like use my teeth and be like I'm like popping the bottle caps off like some
Proper
old Western
bottle.
movie, and I'd be like, and I'd spit it, and I'd be like, oh, and I couldn't drink it because it's like just a tiny tiny bit of. Like,
it's if you
juice.
cup your tongue, it will fill the little cup in your tongue.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, that was good, and then you chew on the wax, and
For
my
like
parents were
45
like,
minutes.
Okay, along the same lines as
Yeah.
this, have any of you ever had wax
If
lips?
it's a southern thing, then no.
It's not a southern thing.
Wax what?
Wax lips.
Oh.
I've had them, didn't understand what you're supposed to do with them, so I just threw them away.
you're just like, I don't get them, I don't even know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just chew on them.
I used to
What?
eat the wax outside the cheese.
It's the same principle.
From like cheese things that
Yeah.
come in wax.
Oh.
The thing is, like, you know how like smoked cheeses
wait.
almost have a crust?
Wait, you wouldn't chew on it, but you would eat it.
No, I tried to eat it, I should say, and then I was like,
Wait, the laughing cow cheese or the baby bells or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like
kind of like that. But the thing is, like, the first time I ever saw one of those in real life was when I was on a plane to come to America, actually. And I was like,
Yeah, that's a great.
"You're
face to
welcome,
make
you're
for-
welcome, audience."
That's a great face to make for the audience.
Wait. You were coming to America? You're Eddie Murphy? That's so awesome to meet you, man.
You
Come
kind of
on,
suck.
man.
Like
That's
you
a
know.
reference for our older audience. You're welcome.
Do you know what else is a
older
reference?
audience? Get out of here! You're
I've-
you're sticking this
I've
place
got
up and get
another
old.
reference for our older audience. The Ricketts.
What?
I've got a reference for the older audience. 1940s.
Stop it.
Oh, okay. Here's one that's like extremely old. Ready?
1939.
Halo 3. Whoa, that's so old.
I've got one for our younger audience. Goo goo gaga.
Stop speaking their language. No one else is gonna know.
That's a pretty good one, actually. I got that. I got that, guys.
I need Bridger's potato translator.
Okay, so completely separate topic because I don't care.
Alright.
Your dad fell,
Back to my dad.
and like originally you had the plan for the when your dad dies, you'd get the inheritance, so you'd take all of us to New York for a masquerade ball.
Or it's changed because I saw that thing on Reddit that was like castles you can buy for the price of a New York apartment.
Yeah.
So it might be a castle in Europe.
But
How's
it's
the
the
masquerade ball?
Zach's dad died masquerade ball.
No.
But because he
Present
fell,
tense. Zach's dad is dead masquerade ball.
sorry. So instead,
You should be.
for the lesser event of him falling, it's the Zach's dad fell pizza and bowling,
Bowling and pizza party.
Bowling and pizza party.
which we
Dude.
should do that tomorrow.
Should we?
We should.
Pizza parties in
Is there a
general.
bowling alley here?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like $3 a game. $3 a game.
Can we please go tomorrow? I love bowling.
You guys?
You would love throwing potato-shaped objects at potato-shaped objects.
Yes!
Have you ever been
My Irish blood is boiling!
we're gonna take a trip to Ireland with Richard. He's like, "You guys want to play a game of potato toss? What is that? You just throw potatoes."
But it's just kidding, because that's a sick, cruel joke, because we're in Ireland.
It's okay. I'll embrace the other part of Irish heritage. I
Let's
will
go to
be
the bar.
drunk the whole time.
Ooh.
Let's go to the pub.
Sorry,
Speaking of-
continue.
I was going to talk about pizza parties. Pizza parties when you were a kid, when they presented you with the prospect of a pizza party, it always sounded freaking awesome,
But was it?
and then it never turned out cool.
Pizza parties.
You just went to the wrong ones.
I mean, come on.
There were two things that would never fail to motivate a class of kids, and that is an ice cream party or a pizza party.
And they're like, hey, can you bring in non-perishable foods for the food drive?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, winner gets a pizza party, and you'd be like, oh, fuck, this is going down. And then
Yeah.
you
I
would
own
support,
ramen.
and then you would
our
support
class-
the homeless by eating all of their pizza that they could have
Or
found in the
you'd be in
dumpster.
5th grade and they say, go sell pies, the winner gets a pizza party, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, though, Charlie, your example is not true because you said that it would motivate our class to bring in canned foods. I don't know if you recall, but for the last 4 years, every canned food drive, we've literally had one can.
And it was
Yes.
Miss Jane's sweet ass.
Oh,
Shout out to
God.
Miss Jane, I suppose.
I'm sorry, what was that, Zach? Can you repeat that?
Nothing.
Bleep it out.
I'm just looking at the sound waves, and it is like an earthquake has gone off in the house. I got a seismograph.
Look, I said, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
That reminds me of actually when we were there over Christmas break, and we stopped by the high school when they were doing Ugly Sweater Day,
Oh God.
And I complimented her on her sweater.
and she had all the like Christmas balls on there, and I leaned over to Eric and like, I got some balls to put on her chest.
Oh my God.
Oh!
You-
Shout out to Miss James again.
Seriously, the
I hope
balls.
she doesn't ever find this.
The balls. It
I'll
takes
just
Yeah,
leave it to her on
we
Facebook.
honestly, it needs to be
Good.
cut out. This is not
what,
good.
the Pam of high school.
Oh!
Shout out to Miss James.
Stop it! You're
Wait,
ruining
who are
it.
your other female advisors? Because I'm just gonna cut in from there to here when I say whoever else is sweet ass. Because in my class it was Miss Toth's sweet ass.
Shout out to the library.
Mrs. Toth was. It's
Shout out to the librarian.
Mrs. Toth was the nicest person.
Oh, I
in the
love
whole
Miss
school.
Todd. She was so.
Oh wait, did you guys hear about this? So apparently the person that replaced Miss Toth as librarian
Is a doctor.
Dr.
Right.
Celia Bergen.
Yes. More
What?
importantly, Hugh was involved in an affair with Will's mother. Right?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes.
What?
Yes!
Shout outs to having affairs.
Oh,
On Valentine's Day.
Oh my God!
On that note, thanks for watching. No.
Okay, I seriously, I heard about this all from Will's dad, who I worked with over the summer at a sound gig, and I had no idea it was Dr. What's-His-Bird.
Sealberget.
Celiac, Dr. Celiac or
We're
whatever.
gonna bleep all the names.
Dr. Moley.
Yeah, seriously, you're gonna
Shout
have
out
to
to
delete
Dr.
like half
Sealer.
this episode.
A lot of these names are untraceable.
Dr.
Are
Moore.
you kidding me? What? Sealberget? If someone somehow figures out how to spell it, they will find him.
Good luck.
But that's the trick. They will never figure out how to spell that.
That's like spelling it.
S Y S
Alright.
S Ilberget.
So, have you guys started consuming any different media this week? Moving on to a new topic that's not about teachers' sweet asses or their affairs.
Shout out to Miss James.
I read the first 3 volumes of Black Lagoon that Bridger has. And I love them. And then I watched the first episode.
I have both seasons. Oh my god, it's so good.
I watched the first episode subbed, and it wasn't bad, but it was like just okay.
Actually, I think they're starting to show it on Adult Swim.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we should
Actually,
probably record
when we
that.
were watching the recording of Space Dandy, that's when I reminded myself.
We have another one to watch.
We need to watch that also.
Space Dandy's crazy. I need to finish. What is it called?
Space Dandy?
No.
Cowboy Bebop.
Space Dandy is crazy. I need to finish. What is it called? Space Dandy. No.
No, Richard, you're the one with Alzheimer's.
You're the one with Alzheimer's.
Zach didn't forget what he was saying.
Bridger, look at the
He doesn't
ceiling.
have Alzheimer's.
Put your head back. What shirt are you wearing?
The black one.
Narrow it down.
Oh, I know. Oh, the Bruce Lee shirt.
You saw it. You brought.
No,
your,
I didn't.
You brought your
I
head down.
didn't see
Looked at the tablet.
I
on
have
your
been
lap.
staring
Admit
Goku
you
in the
forgot,
eyes.
Bridger. Admit you forgot to have
I have been
Alzheimer's.
staring
And
Goku
all
in
of
the
us
eyes.
making fun of you is valid.
No.
You could have gotten a reflection
let's-
off of that poster.
What? No.
Let's all take this test right now. Describe the underwear you're wearing.
Oh, shit.
I can do it. It is black Under Armour. Because they cut the scrot nicely.
Okay, drop them.
Blue boxer briefs. Yeah.
No, stand up and drop
Yeah.
them.
Blue boxer
Oh,
briefs.
okay, got it.
The thing is easy for me because I only have 2 kinds of underwear.
I thought it was
Black
gonna
or
say.
black?
I thought I was gonna say 2 pairs.
I was about to say 2 pairs and I had to stop myself. So I think I'm wearing the Tommies right now.
that would have been a Freudian slip like none other.
Okay, I
We're
know
done.
that they are Hanes. It's one of my newer pairs.
Like 50% of the underwear in the world is Hanes.
I'm gonna have to say
Indeed, I'm wearing Hanes.
blue,
Blue.
You right?
but I don't know.
Let's find out.
No, you got gray skin. No white skin.
Oh, he's got a. Oh.
Nope, they're black.
Oh.
Well,
Wait,
shit.
I think I'm wearing my Family Guy boxers.
Please don't. No, you're not. They're blue. Please.
Please don't. We know. Yep.
Family Guy.
Please. Okay, fine.
I
Sit
think
down.
you checked that before you told us.
I didn't.
You're a fucking cheater, and I hate your guts. And
You have Oldtimers.
Fuck.
I hate your guts and fuck. I hate your fuck most of all.
Okay, so let's see. New media, right?
Yeah, new media. That was a tangent of tangents.
I didn't listen to so many new media, but this week's episode of Build Fighters
Buttfuckers.
was freaking sweet.
And this includes music too.
Music.
But you have to have it on your mind or you've lost it. Don't make that double chin at me.
That's a pretty.
Bridger, new media.
Spencer, I'm just gonna say this right
Nothing
now.
really. I've just been where I
You look
usually am.
goddamn
Reddit,
cute when you do
Tumblr,
that.
Picarto.
Best thing you've seen on Reddit.
Super straight, bro.
Nothing really stood out.
Really?
Yeah, nothing really caught me.
Alright.
It's all the same crap as usual.
Rob, games, media, what have you done?
I borrowed Spencer's copy of Metal Gear Rising.
Which, this was after we played it. We played it all the way through. So expect that on the channel.
And I spent all day yesterday after I got home from work playing and beating it.
Yeah.
So playing the game and then beating other parts of your body.
Yes. And then I'm only like a chapter into Ready Player One, which is already one of my favorite books just from the first chapter.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because I have the audio book and I haven't started it yet.
You really should.
I can never allow myself to say anything's my favorite until I finished it. But, you know, if you do, that's fine.
I don't know. When I read
'Cause
Hugh
reading.
Laurie's book, The Gunseller, I knew I was gonna like it because I really enjoy Hugh Laurie's sense of humor. But then, like 3 chapters in, I was claiming it as a favorite, and by the end of the book, it's like that was freaking awesome. So
Cool,
you should
cool.
really check it out. I think you would like it especially.
Rob's got culture. Charlie.
I've been reading 1984 by George Orwell.
Oh.
I was actually talking with a friend of Spencer and mine. Pimp Gator is his nickname.
Wait, is this
Shout out
Reggie?
to Spencer.
Is this
not
Reggie?
me.
No, it's Spencer.
Oh.
He's in speech, but
I don't care.
I thought you were talking about that, Spencer. I'm like, it's right fucking
It's
there.
right there. He and I were talking today at lunch, and we got really into like Orwell and like Ayn Rand and all these like older writers. He says he doesn't really like Ayn Rand that much. I'm like, I don't blame you. She's kind of a bitch, dude.
I
Hey,
cannot. I
I
cannot.
Actually, I think he said that she was a bitch, and I was like, oh yeah.
What are you
know?
reading?
Do you want to borrow? I got a
Dostoevsky?
great copy of Atlas Shrugged.
Who's it
I
by?
don't really want to read Atlas Shrugged.
It's something
I hear Atlas Shrugged is like wanting to stab yourself.
I tried to struggle through it and then
Did you finish it?
no.
Yeah,
I,
pretty
I read all of the first 3 chapters, and the only thing I can remember is that they describe a train station.
Just play the first Bioshock. It's the exact same thing,
Yeah.
except better.
I'm
So,
actually just now playing through it.
do it, beat it. It's good.
Actually,
I
there's
love
the
first Bioshock.
there's the South Park episode where Officer Barbrady ends up reading Atlas Shrugged and decides to never read again. And so I'm
Wait.
like, I don't want to ever check out this book.
Wait, is this after Officer Barbrady has to catch the chicken fucker because he can't read?
That is the very end of the episode. Is like he reads the book. He's
Oh.
like, this is bullshit.
I picked up my copy of Atlas Shrugged because I was like, oh, get culture. It was the week Christopher Hitchens died. And because I'm related to him, I picked up his book too. He was an okay guy. He had some interesting things to say. He was very militant, not what I agree with, but whatever. And I read his memoirs. I also picked up a copy of, what's his name, who had the fatwa put against him. Solomon Rushdie is Satanic Verses. I've got culture.
Oh, also, I've had to read Chaucer for my English class, and seriously, I don't like Chaucer. He,
Chaucer's a tosser.
yeah.
Have you-
Well, like, he's like, okay, so there are these pioneers, and they're gonna go on a pilgrimage, right? Or these, like, pilgrims, whatever. And they're like, for religious enlightenment. Religious enlightenment. And there are like 29 of them. And he's like, okay, so save for like 3 nuns. Here are the descriptions for all of them in extreme detail. And then they get to this inn. And then the innkeeper is like, yo, everybody tell a story. So everybody tells a story.
The end.
The end.
Why does it have to be descriptive? Because all he has to do is say 3 numbers, and then we got everything we need to know about the nuns.
I don't know. I think that sounds like an interesting premise.
It's like,
Shout out to ladies.
it's also written in
About
English,
Wednesday.
so
Thanks
it's
for
very
watching.
difficult to like just read, let alone enjoy, because it's like, it's so long.
Have you had to
I don't
read
know.
Voltaire's? Is Voltaire's Candide on your reading list?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think that's probably in upcoming classes.
Because that is actually awesome.
I've heard Voltaire's awesome.
I
That's what
liked
Temp
it.
Gator was saying today. Was
Yeah, Voltaire's good.
Is Voltaire
I need to hang out with Pimp Gator. 'Cause
Don't point at me and call me Pimp and then refer to Pimp Gator.
well, you were the first friend that
Yeah, right.
Who is Pimp Gator? Is he
Yeah.
Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer
Yeah,
I
Colbert.
want to meet him.
Shout
he
out
looks
to
like.
Spencer.
He looks like Tanner.
Hey, one of you guys should take me to Washiki sometime
No.
on your
You-
guest pass.
Why? It's
No.
gross.
You should take me to
Well, he wants to
Washington.
hang out with people because he's.
I want the salad
Lovely.
bar actually.
Really?
All I miss
Of
is
all
that
the
salad
things.
bar.
Salad
Yeah.
bar is terrible.
Salad
I had a salad like
Their
my first
tomatoes
day
have been
there.
like really bad.
You don't get tomato. Spinach, vinegar. Spinach, vinegar, croutons, sunflower seeds.
Oregano.
Ham.
Or no ham.
just a whole ham, like on. This is a salad.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I saw something at Walmart the other day that made me sad, and it's called an American salad, and it's pretty much a Lunchables tray, but it's got like cooked ring pasta, pepperonis, olives, and it's called a American salad. It's just like, what the fuck, Jackie Pan? I have Jackie Pan.
The thing
What
is, that's
the
much
fuck?
more akin to like something Italian.
I know.
I feel like there was one more ingredient when you first told me about it.
It was like
Probably Parmesan or something.
Probably
no, it's like
Twinkies.
Italian dressing. There's a package of Italian dressing in the pasta.
Which I'm going to state for everyone that hears this. I do not consider anything a salad that you don't add your own dressing to. If it already has the dressing mixed into it, I won't eat it.
What about a Caesar salad?
I won't eat.
Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean?
So, like, if this dressing's already on it, is what you're saying, right?
Anything that calls itself a salad that already has what you would consider the dressing mixed in. So, like, macaroni salad and that kind of shit has the mayonnaise, which I fucking hate mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Okay, so you don't like mayonnaise based salads, potato salad,
not just
egg
that,
salad.
because pasta salad
Macaroni salad.
already has the oil mixed in,
Oh,
and I just don't like stuff pre-mixed.
Really?
The three ready
Huh.
to eat, right? Oh, fuck, that's so good with that.
But what about Caesar salad, Rob?
Never had one.
Well, it's
You
a
probably
good-
have.
Caesar salad is like bread and butter, baby.
I've never had a
It's
Caesar
not
salad.
actually. It's
I've
it's
never-
like it's
it's like a
not
salad.
bread nor butter. It's mostly leaves.
It's like a salad.
Also some.
I've
also
been living a
some
lie.
croutons.
What, Charlie?
Also some croutons.
Croutons.
Hey Zach, put a picture of what you think a Caesar salad is.
Okay. Put on a picture of buttered rolls. Stop! Don't tell
You
me.
gotta open your hand towards the mic, dumbass.
Put your hand toward the buttered rolls.
Put your hand towards the buttered rolls.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Alright, anyway, so gaming news. Who here played Flappy Bird?
I played Flappy Bird.
Screw that.
Actually,
No.
I can do the coverage on this. All right, so basically,
I got 23.
I
uh,
got 38.
I've got 58.
I never played it because it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, you're
I got
probably
the
better off
perfect
for
score because I just.
it. Alright, so
You got
talk
the perfect
about,
score. You got 69.
Yes,
Talk-
optimal.
talk about it from when he put the game up. Do you know that far back in the story?
Yes. All right, so Dong Nguyen is the creator's name. Nguyen.
Where's
The
the G in
Nguyen,
there?
exactly.
Now
So,
we knew
Progress!
Where's the G in there?
anyways, so he puts Flappy Bird on the market like I don't know exactly how long ago, but it was like at least a month ago now.
No.
Oh, it's
more.
several
It's
months.
like
It's
Right.
closer to
It
4 or
was-
5 months.
Yeah, it was very long.
Because it was on
very
the market
long
for
while
3
ago.
months.
And so this guy, he kind of just made and programmed games like as a side thing, like as a hobby, right? He just did it for his own enjoyment, which is cool, you know. The game gets put on at the app market, and somehow it just starts gaining traction.
I suspect.
nowhere.
I suspect that he paid a group to promote it.
Really?
Because that is a huge thing in the mobile industry.
No,
Hey,
because
actually just
well, you know,
promote your
it's
game.
it's possible, but let me finish the story and then we'll consider that.
Well, I mean, I think we should talk about the points as they come up. Okay,
no, but the
finish
thing
the
is, you have to consider the whole story. Okay. Anyway, so he puts the game and it all of a sudden gets crazy traction, and I'm sure you guys already know this. But basically, people start downloading left and right. You know, there are all these vines coming out about Flappy Bird. There's all these like Instagram videos, whatever, like just funny stuff that comes out with Flappy Bird.
They,
And so
they should make wine. Sorry, I heard the part about vines. What?
Right.
Why
and
do they
then
call them
so
breeds?
Flappy Bird gets downloaded.
Who's getting married?
Just a ton, okay? And at its highest peak in terms of ad revenue that Dong Nguyen was actually making, he made $50,000 a day.
Which they say, if he monetized correctly, could have been up to like 100,000 or 200,000.
Right. Regardless, though, it doesn't matter. So just about towards the beginning of this week, right? Yeah, he decided to pull the game for whatever reason, and it's been revealed that the reason is because like he missed his like simple life, is what he said.
Right, and he missed not getting death threats.
Oh yeah. Well, because people on Twitter were like,
So he pulled the game, and people were like, "I'm gonna freaking kill you! I'm gonna kill your family!" Like all this stuff. I'm
And
like,
he's like-
"What?"
And now people are selling their like iPhones or whatever phone they have on eBay with.
No, that is okay. So like $50,000 iPhones with Flappy Bird pre-installed, right? That's bullshit because that is just money laundering at its finest. That is money changing from one bank account to the other, and people like using this as a way.
Right.
That is not real. There's no money like actually changing hands there, as far as I've read.
Right. No, and more importantly, people
I haven't
are.
read anything.
And
I'm
more
just bringing it
importantly,
up.
the thing is the
Otherwise, I would
phones.
sell my phone like that.
No, and more importantly, the thing is the phones are not actually being sold. Like, people will put them up for like 100K, Flappy Bird. Nobody buys it. Okay, like that's not gonna happen.
Oh, there are sold ones. There are
Yeah.
quote unquote sold ones, but it's from the same person to the same person. So it's like changing money from one account to another,
Oh, okay.
or supposedly,
Right.
or just
See, that would be cool. Like that makes sense. Like in terms of just
Money laundering
for
is
these
cool.
people to like know it as an opportunity.
"Welcome to New Rules, everybody. New rule. I'm Bill Maher, and this is my TV show. If you think you can get on my TV show and
Hey,
you're religious,
do you believe
I'm
in
gonna
Jesus?
kill you.
You're retarded.
New rule.
That was my Bill Maher impression.
New rule.
wow.
Sarah Palin.
I
Why
like-
are you such a dumb bimbo?
I like him, but he's
Sincerely, the
a
rest
dick.
of America.
Actually, a scumbag versus.
I
person who
I
doesn't want
personally
money.
like I like Bill Maher's comedy and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of a dick. Still.
Pretty douchey.
Yeah.
I mean, but like I don't know. I mean,
Alright, the worst scene in Religious was the truck stop scene.
oh duh, because he paid those people to be like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, you can
I've
say
never
the
watched
same thing
Religious.
about a
It's
lot
really
of things.
insightful, but there's some parts where he's like, "Oh, so you're religious, huh?" And they're like, "Yeah, I go to church and stuff." He's like, "Well, that's pretty fucking stupid."
Yeah. I'm like, really?
Oh.
Excuse me.
That kind of reminds me of something my mom said to me when I was on the phone the other day. I was telling her I had been sick for a couple weeks and like still hadn't quite got over it. And she's like, "You really need to go to a doctor." And I'm like, "I'm not going to a doctor. I don't have insurance." And she's like, "Well, I'm going to worry about you. I will say a prayer for you." And I didn't say anything, but in the back of my, like, I have beliefs and everything. I just don't go to church. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, please don't.
It'll make it worse. He'll smite me. Like, come
The thing
on.
is, like, yeah, okay, Rob, I think you just put yourself in some trouble by saying, like addressing your beliefs in a very general sense. So that's a whole other video where Rob has to defend his beliefs and his
I
not
don't
going
have
to
to
church.
defend anything.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like,
Especially not to you.
Right, no,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, I respect Rob, but, like, if someone were just like, yeah, I have beliefs, but I don't, like, do the typical thing that believers do, it's like, people will think you're wishy-washy. And I mean, I'm in the same boat, right?
When did
He
I
didn't-
say
he
I
didn't-
wasn't
I
wishy-washy?
guess that's true also.
you should open your own
He didn't
laundromat.
say like what beliefs though. He was like, I have beliefs. Like, I believe that
The sun is
sun
red.
is
No.
the sun is a big ol' anus.
I will put it on the record right now. I'm just like the janitor from Scrubs. I follow Norse mythology.
Do you have an army of taxidermy squirrels too that you sell to get the taxidermy dog?
That's a
That's
TV
funny
show, okay?
Because you were telling me
This
the
is not
story
real life.
of Pinky
Fool. You look a fool.
Oh, Pinky Warren.
Charles Derby.
doing the taxidermy thing in your class.
Yeah, he came in and he taxidermied a rabbit for our class, and he said he pulled the rabbit out of the bag. He said, "There's a dead rabbit," and then just snapped its leg off, and all the girls went. This was in like 6th grade.
I love Pinky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In 7th grade, Mr. Fishball, I was in a class called Exploratory. He brought in this coyote because he was teaching us how to trap / like skin an animal. He brought in this random coyote and made us skin it.
He's like, you're gonna explore this thing's body.
And the thing was, like, I had never ever thought I would ever have to do something like that just because of, like, the activities I enjoy, the type of person I am. Know how to set traps.
Oh, I gotta
So, thank you.
I've got
Mr.
an
Fishball.
exploratory story. So Daxon and I, we
Is this a gay exploratory
No.
story?
I've heard stories that Daxon jerked off in the same room as someone else, but they were just in different corners.
No, that's not Daxon.
Then
Anyway.
it starts with a W.
It is two people that are much closer to us that we don't
Walter
want
Mitty.
people to know. Their names start with J and K.
No!
No. This is not.
No. K did not, but J
Did?
was part of the group that did. It involved more than just J.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is
Awesome.
something I need to hear about
So,
later.
Okay, you're not getting out of this. You're telling the story.
Okay, so
Maybe not
I
now.
don't know that many details though.
So,
I would say that.
can I,
right now.
can I
Yeah,
Can I
okay.
finish?
Yes.
It's like your Ross Perot. Can I finish?
Can I
Can
finish?
can I
Can
I
I finish?
Okay. It's Charlie's time now.
I swear to God.
I'm gonna talk
Your
over
time
you.
begins now.
Alright, so back in 7th grade in Explorer. I'm actually gonna cry.
Okay, let me
You see
interject.
this?
No,
Actually,
let
tears
me
welling.
interject. I'm sorry. I just have to get it out. I wanted to like do the
Actually-
whole like, "Ooh, I'm so interrupting you" thing, but I couldn't think of anything to say except for "Ooh, I'm interrupting you." But the thing is, I was only imagining that, but then I started laughing, interrupting him. Sorry, all right, Charlie.
Okay,
Actually,
what are
no.
the symptoms of schizophrenia? Are they saying things that you didn't mean to say, or thinking you
Here-
said things that you thought?
I think hearing voices is the number one. What?
I think the first thing we described is Tourette's.
All right, Charlie.
So
My
anyway-
dad has Tourette's.
Stop!
Back to my dad. Sorry.
Okay.
Just tell me, this episode's renamed your dad.
Very minor. Just
Not,
your
not
dad.
even your dad, just like your dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so back in 7th grade, Daxon and I were in exploratory, the same class that Spencer had to skin a coyote in for some reason.
But we were in different
Yeah,
sections,
different
different
sections.
sets of semesters.
And so one day, Mr. Fishball was like, "Okay, we're gonna go like get the hula hoops from the gym or something." so Daxon and I are like, "Okay, cool." So we go to like the gym ahead of everybody because we're like, "Yeah, we'll just bring him with us." And so we're like waiting for everybody to show up. Like 45 minutes go by and we're still in the gym, like just messing around, like fucking around with these hula hoops, and we're laughing and like, everybody's gonna show up, you know? And then like one other student comes in and is like, "Oh my god, you guys," and seriously has the face of pure terror across their face. And,
Who was it?
I don't even remember,
Oh, okay.
but it was like they came out and they're like, "Dude, Mr. Fishball is so upset right now." We're like, "What? Why?" And we go outside and he screams at us for like 10 minutes, and we're just like slowly melting before him into like just a pool of tears and urine and like middle schooler
And urine.
sweat, and like. So he's like,
So
go run the football field. So we run the football field for the entire like remaining time, and we're like crying the whole time. And we're just like, Jackson and I are like seriously the most depressed, and like we won't even look anybody in the eyes because we're just like,
Wait, all right.
teammates. And we were trying to protest. We're like, we didn't know where you guys were, and we were just in the gym for the whole time.
I want to
And we
tell
were
a story about
really
exploratory.
upset.
Okay, hold on.
That's what happened.
I want
Here's that.
clarification on Charlie's story. So he said, "Go get the hula hoops," and you just played in the gym.
Yeah, because we didn't know we were going outside. We thought they would be there, and we're like, seriously, they're taking like forever. And so they thought Mr. Fishball thought we were like truant or something because we weren't with the group. And we're like, but we were just waiting for, and we didn't know that you weren't cut, and we just played hula hoops because we thought you'd be right behind us. And it was seriously like
This brings back so many middle
I was
school.
so sad.
I have a good story
Go
about
ahead,
exploratory.
Spencer.
Actually, I have two. One time, like, we were painting model airplanes, right?
Uh-huh.
This was like one of like our last projects in that class, and it was actually a lot of fun. Like, we just built model airplanes, we painted them, right? But I was sitting there with like my black paint, and I just like knock it over onto the carpet.
In a fit
Okay.
of rage.
No. I just did it. I do it completely on accident, and
So-
I didn't even notice it. Right, and I was like, "What?" So I pick up my paint as soon as possible, and I just leave it there. Like I just pretend like I didn't know that I spilled it. Right. Later on, like maybe 20 minutes later, Mr. Fishball notices that there's paint on the ground, and he's like, "Who did this? Who did this?" So I keep on saying it's not me for like the whole freaking time.
No one was saying anything. Everyone was trying to it's not me! It's not me! It's
no,
not me!
no, everyone was like being asked, right? And I'm like, no, I didn't do it. I would have told you guys right away and all this. But I did do it. I did do it. And I got away with doing it.
Oh.
Until now, everyone.
So wait, what
You
you're trying to tell us is you are a fucking liar.
Yes. Yes.
Do the rest of you have any stories of like getting away with it?
No. Wait. But a week before we built the model airplanes, I was talking about how I was going to build the model airplane, and I used to wear like this bracelet that had these metal like buttons, I guess, on the bottom, right?
You had a charm bracelet?
And
And
I
I
would-
not penis.
No. And I would always use them. I would always use the bottom. It was like a leather band. I would always like scratch things into the slate tables in the science room with them, right?
Yeah.
You
But no. But the thing was, like, I initially did it on accident, and I checked for them the next day, and it was clean. So I was like, oh, it must just come off, or like somebody just wipes them off really easily. So I was drawing an airplane with like what I wanted to do with my airplane the week before.
Were you drawing
And
it
everyone-
poorly and it looked like a dick?
No, but everyone the teacher got massively pissed at me and told me I had to like figure out some way to clean it. And then I was like, okay, fine. I'll start like, tomorrow after school or whatever. And then it was gone. So
I did it!
I got yelled at for no reason again.
Yeah, because those
Oh.
tails. Right,
I
getting away
got
with it.
another story. It's not even getting away with it. It's another where I break down crying.
Alright, after you tell this one, I've got one.
Alright,
'Cause middle school
I'm
was a
noticing
sad
a
time.
pattern here, Charlie.
I cried a lot in middle school.
I have another middle school story, but I'll go after Zach. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was in science class in 7th grade. It was 7th grade, which was a rough year apparently. It was in Mrs. K's class, right? And I don't know if she remembers this, but I do, and it traumatized me. So basically,
Mrs. K is very traumatizing.
yeah, I had to do some homework or something in the library. So this was when we all had our own laptops and stuff, and they had that surveillance software on each computer, so the teachers could like look at your screen and what you were doing. So I finished the assignment in the library, right? And I was down there. I had missed a day, and so I had to make up. I think it was a test or something. And anyway, I was basically told just to like wait there until the end of class and someone would come get me. So I was like, okay. And this was also like, I think during the height of like Halo 3, and I was playing a lot of that with like friends and stuff. And I was checking Bungie.net for like my service record and like all my kills and stuff. And I was like just kind of checking it out. And then like, one of the teacher's aides comes over, like, comes into the library, and I'm like, oh, okay, must be time to go back. And she's just, like, also, like, very afraid. And I'm like, what is going on? But she's, like, also mad, and she's like, or maybe it was Mrs. K that came in, and just started screaming at me. And was like, what do you think you're doing and all this stuff? And I'm like, I don't know what I was doing, and I started crying again. And I was like, I got done with my assignment, and I just wanted to just hang out and done with my assignment. She's like,
And the thing was, this wasn't his crying voice in middle school. This was just his normal voice all the time.
I was not trying to cry, and it didn't work. And so I was crying really hard, and I went back to the room, and everybody knew apparently, because like she was mad, and so I was like sitting at the table and I was trying not to show everybody that I was crying, but tears were falling on the slate tables and washing away Spencer's drawings. That's how they got clean.
That
was
sounds
from my
like-
tears.
No,
That sounds
because
like-
they were completely different rooms.
And
But I
so
wish that was the case.
That sounds like the saddest song in the world, like teardrops on a slate table in 7th grade.
Okay.
after looking at my service record for Halo 3 and getting yelled at. But yeah, to this day, I
cannot
still,
remember that day,
every
though.
time I like hug Mrs. K, just like out of friendship, I just hold in the back of my mind. You yelled at me, and I'm so traumatized by that. Why would you do such a thing?
And,
You scary.
and in the back of her
Scary
body, you
lady.
hold her butt.
No. Oh, also,
'Cause
I
she's
was supposed to
terrifying.
get in bed with her and cuddle, and Mr. K told me to, and I went down there and I just awkwardly said, they told me to come down here and get in bed with you. I don't really want to. And then I told her she
She's
has a
like,
nice
why?
home.
What's wrong with me?
And And I told her she has a nice home, and she said thank you, and I walked
And
away.
she was like, "You need to do your assignments."
And stop looking at your Halo service. And then he broke down crying and started speaking his middle school voice.
I have a quick Mrs. K story. real quick.
Let's give Rob a quick one.
It's gonna bring it way down.
Oh
Oh,
So
here we go.
it was either 6th or 7th grade, and she had to take my picture because I was the student of the month. And the weekend prior, my grandpa killed himself.
Now the thing was not inherently funny, but the thing is, I love his face after saying it because he's just like,
he's so bad.
True story.
I don't know how that's like.
wait, how is this a story?
How did that
The elements
relate?
don't
That's
correlate
just something that
anyway.
happened after something else.
Exactly.
That is the story.
I feel like in high school, I walked down the stairs and I said, "Hey," to my friend Josh. Several decades later, Normandy.
Wait, your grandfather killed himself?
Later, like again.
Oh,
No,
man,
earlier.
Rob, I'm sorry, bro.
Several decades earlier.
Oh, you said
Normandy.
later.
Oh.
But no,
I was like,
it was
what?
just an awkward situation. And she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I really need this because my grandpa killed himself.
You
Just
said-
straight
Whoa.
face. Wasn't crying or anything. I was just like,
7th grade Rob was hardcore.
I like that Rob, like, back then was like an adult and was like, I know what I need right now for my emotions.
and it is to be student of the month and have my picture framed. God damn it!
and on the one channel that they have.
Oh
yes.
The one channel.
I remember overhearing my mom talking to one of her friends at the kitchen table one time when I was like 7 or 8, and she's like, I'm really worried about Rob because he acts too much like an adult. I don't think he's going to have any friends.
Oh shit, that's rough.
Dude,
Kids
that
don't
was
wanna play with
totally me in
adults.
Alabama.
Alright, what's Zach's
Yeah,
story?
you were just like
Oh,
a
I
baby.
forgot.
and
Oh,
like,
that time I
Wales
got
was like a
accused-
football player.
What?
Sorry.
What?
Alright, we're gonna disregard what Trevor
No.
said.
Not
It
even.
wasn't
let's see.
important. It's a good decision.
Try to remember the last story you told. Oh, it was
I'm
about, okay.
crying.
So I have a computer spying story. So I had the computer spyware, and I discovered NatalieD.com, which is those incredibly stupid comics, but they're awesome. Natalie D, shout out. And
Shout out to your boys! Sponsor us!
Stop it. We were going through all of them in my Spanish class, and Mrs. White, who was our English teacher at the time,
Yeah.
spied on me, and she sent me a SMS, and it was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" So I shut my computer down, and I didn't touch it for a week. And I also avoided Mrs. White. Anyway, I've got another like crying in middle school story because I was a bitch in middle school. That's okay.
Everybody was.
Everyone kind of.
Except
Except Rob.
Except Rob.
Rob was just like a grown ass man. He was like,
He's like, I need this.
He's like, I need.
It was like he was doing it in spite.
I don't, probably.
Okay. Anyway.
He was actually my step grandpa, so I doubt
Oh,
they knew.
that's a bummer.
Oh.
Anyway, you guys know
It's okay,
Steven, the disabled kid who was in your grade.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That kid would beat us up every day.
and it was because of
Put him in the
kids.
shower.
It was because of
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Wait, what?
Okay, actually, that reminds me of another story. So, on the shower one, we'll start there first. There was a time where we trapped J.W., who later became known as Batman,
Oh my
in
God.
the shower, and someone turned the water on, and everyone just had a wall of towels. No, it was just one kid pushing him into the private stall or whatever. Because you guys did the wall of towels.
Right, yeah. No, we didn't do it towels. We surrounded. I don't want to tell the story. People will hate me. Do it!
It was mob mentality.
It's okay.
Right,
I
okay,
still
fine.
still
I'll tell
blame
the
you.
story. I'll tell the story.
Like we were. It wasn't necessarily a mean thing. It was like defensive because let's give it.
Yeah, right. So this kid
Yeah,
named Steven used to beat up every kid in our class because he was mentally disabled. So he wasn't like actually like assaulting us.
He was a really nice kid. That's just how he showed that.
No, he wasn't. He was ill-natured and deserved to be surrounded. No,
You were like, I don't want to tell this story. It'll make me
No.
sound bad.
No,
And
the thing
then
was-
just you make yourself sound bad. By
No,
like,
the thing was like he was seriously like just a snotty kid who would like mess
he
us
had a running
up
nose and didn't know how to use tissues.
when we did things. Okay,
Oh.
so one day we formed this wall in the locker room of the middle school, And Steven walks in, right, and he sees us. And we're all, I don't even remember what we do, so we start hopping towards him. Yes. And we lure him into the showers, and we turn all the water on to try to get him wet. And he was, like, having fun with it. It didn't even work. He was, like, combating us, like, laughing and, like, hitting us. We couldn't do anything about it. And we just had to let him go. It was terrible.
Okay.
It's not even
The same kid at one point.
But the idea was to make him sad.
didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a happy guy. The same. He had like language issues mostly.
Until Lewis choked him out in 5th grade.
Oh man! Oh, I'm talking about that. No, that's pretty much all that happened. All right, exactly.
Okay. Charlie, you're gonna have to tell me that some other time. God, small town life. So this kid had limited vocabulary, and apparently they realized he was being bullied my 8th grade year, and they asked him like who was doing it, and apparently my name was named along with one of my friends, Colton, at the time.
Oh no.
And so it was a really surreal moment where Colton like wasn't that good a friend of mine, and he started like defending me and taking like all the rag for like being this kid, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I didn't do anything.
Colton was one of those kids where like always bad, but like innately good.
Yeah.
Probably like the reverse of what Zach is.
So
Actually, no, that's exactly
Exactly,
right.
like,
Because
it's
I'm always
odd.
good, but innately pure evil. Like chaotic.
No, but Colton, real talk, really cool guy actually.
He is a cool guy,
Like,
especially now. Like he's become amazing, like amazing.
He always had
Shout out
like
to Colton.
incredible
Real
athletic
talk,
ability, and now he's. I'll tell you later. We can't say full names.
no.
Penis. Masturbation.
Don't guess it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Caden's got the same last name.
Right, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what we could.
I
just
don't
say.
have it right now.
I don't know
just,
that person.
I wasn't displaying it.
All right.
So I've just had this sudden thought because after telling my story plus the beating up the 8th grader story I told during the Rising playthrough. Yeah, I was in 4th grade.
What?
So
Yeah.
I have
You missed
mellowed.
it.
I have mellowed
Have
so
you mellowed?
much.
Did you have Deary?
I have.
I have strokes his ear.
I've reverse mellowed. I've become more like excitable and hyper. Like I'm at ADD now.
Hey Zach, Acorn.
No, it's like physically I'm normal, but mentally I'm Benjamin Button. I start out as an old man and I'm suddenly becoming a child.
But you say you've mellowed,
You're living the childhood you never had.
or you're living an old man's
Also-
penis that you wished you had.
Also, I saw a Ninja Turtles video where these guys are all dressed up as Ninja Turtles,
Okay,
And
is
they're playing-
this
and they're
typical
playing-
teens?
and they're playing cum pizza.
Okay, I saw that video months ago. It is like a 14-minute video.
What?
And there is a lot of shit. Yes. And
No,
that
it
what
wasn't-
you saw is just a clip, and it's called like Typical Teenagers or something, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like it's playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song, and I really wanted to send it to you, and I think I still might.
I don't want you to.
I will find the
I will
long
fight you.
version. I will find the long version, and I will play it on loop in this room.
Please don't.
It's 14 minutes on loop. It'll burn out the bulb by the time we're finished.
I'll murder you, son.
Or not really, because I finish in like 2 minutes.
Did you ever know the story, Zach?
No.
No.
Does anyone else, Robert Bridger?
I don't.
Let's-
Did you ever get to the story you were gonna tell?
No, not yet.
I
I
Okay.
think now's the time.
This is like a really short story. Basically, my first day of 8th grade, we were having lunch, right?
The end.
And then my grandpa committed suicide.
No.
What happened to you
No,
too?
no.
Oh my god!
Decades earlier,
He dishonored his family. No, okay. Anyway, so
Just under you.
I was at the lunch table, right? And
So-
we in middle school had really strict like
Oh.
lunch rules, really stupid too.
I
And
know the story.
I was like backing up my chair to like another table, like to talk to all these girls, right? Because I was such a ladies' man. No, I was actually really bad at talking to girls then. But I was like
You
just.
still are.
I was
No.
Shut up, Bridget. Step up your game, son. And
It was
come talk to
weird.
me.
Girls always flocked to my table in middle school. Like, I would purposely try to sit alone because I'm just like, I don't fucking want to be around these people. And girls would just come and sit next to me like, what the hell do you want?
Yeah,
You were
right.
gonna
Exactly.
Gator.
Anyway,
Okay.
Spencer.
Anyway, so I backed up to this table, and I'm like talking to them, and I'm like joking around, and like, you know, having fun and whatever. And I go back to my table to continue eating, right? And then like I don't know, maybe like 2-3 minutes later, I back up to the table again, and one of the aides, one of like the lunch lady, not lunch ladies, but like the lunch room watcher ladies.
Monitors?
Sometimes
I prefer the term lunch person
or you
Okay.
because I was not a lady.
Right, no, you're right.
No matter what the newspaper said.
So
Lunch,
this aide lunch patroller
Tard
comes
Wrangler.
over to us. Comes over to me and she's like, "Hey, why aren't you listening to me?" or something like that, right? And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "I told you to scoot back up to your table and stay there." And I'm like, "I'm really sorry. I actually didn't hear you because I actually didn't hear her." And she's like, "You know what? That's just disrespectful." And I'm like trying to apologize already at this point. She's like, "That's just disrespectful. Go sit up on the stage." So we had to go sit on the lip of the. I had to go sit on the lip of the stage and just kind of chill there for a little bit. And the principal at the time, her name was Miss Cameron. She appeared and she's like, "Hey Spencer, I heard you were being really disrespectful." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I didn't hear that I wasn't supposed to back up to the table. I was just trying to talk to them for a little while. I'm really sorry." And she's like, "It's unexcusable. You're gonna get lunch detention." And I'm like, "What?
This is
Why?
bullshit.
For how long?" And she's like, "The rest of the year." First day of 8th grade, mind you. It was the first day of my 8th grade year, and she's like, "You're gonna get lunch detention for the rest of the year." I was like, "What?" So awful. But then I got voted president of the school, and I got it revoked. Formally. So that's okay.
Wait, that's why?
Yes.
You were revoked? Oh, I thought it was for good behavior, like
Did you have a single day of
Marilyn
lunch
Manson,
detention?
like Charlie.
I had
Marilyn-
3
Marilyn
weeks of
Manson.
lunch detention, where the first lunch detention normally took place on the stage because they had they had the blinds, right, that they would close, and people who were lunch detention sat behind the blinds and couldn't see anybody.
There was a stage in the
lunchroom.
The lunchroom. It was also
Yeah.
kind of the school lunchroom.
Yeah.
But
So weird.
well for the middle school.
before the 3rd week of my lunch detention, they didn't have the stage ready for people to go on yet.
Because it was full of crap.
So I was sitting outside where people always put their backpacks, and for the 2 weeks where lunch detention wasn't set up on the stage yet, I would just put all the food I didn't eat into people's backpacks all the time. Because I was seriously in my mind, I was just like, "Fuck this! I'm so mad right now," and I was just doing whatever I could do to
You're like
rebel.
this triangle
This is-
hash browns.
this
You're
is-
like, fucking stuff in it.
This is seriously the most proof I've ever heard that if you treat a good kid like a bad kid, it will turn them into a bad kid.
That's
right?
true.
Spencer's now fucked up for life. Seriously, I saw him run over a raccoon on his unicycle the other day.
I would never drive a unicycle. It's not a proper form of transportation.
Neither are wheelchairs.
Neither are wheelchairs.
Your story reminded me when I was in, it was either 1st or 2nd grade. We were in computer class, but we were sitting in the library waiting to go in, and I was saying some lyrics from some rap song, and the word I said was funk with an N, and the teacher's like, "What is wrong with you? You can't talk like that in school." I was like, what are you talking about? And so I had to write an apology letter, and my letter, if I remember correctly, said, "I don't know why I'm in trouble just because I said the word funk."
Oh my gosh. Alright, perfect segue. I was taking CRT for my senior year of high school, which was just this last year. And I CRT for the tech guys. I worked under the tech guys at our school.
Me too.
Me too.
And-
Me too.
And the thing is, I was
Not me.
doing... I was like...
They weren't there. Well, one of them was.
Okay.
That's true. I was doing some tech business, right? So I went over to the building of the teacher who taught who technically watched over the class for CRT. We had to answer to him at the end. And he was complaining about the printers never working. He's like, "Yeah, maybe if your department did their jobs right, we wouldn't have to wait on these printers being fixed." And he was kind of saying it as a joke, but at the same time I was just like, seriously?
Screw you.
Fuck this guy, you have no idea.
Well,
you have
and-
no freaking idea how much work we put into what we do and how much stuff we have on our plate all the time, right?
And also,
Well,
he's
on their
an
plate,
asshole.
I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
So at the
either.
end of the year, we had to write an essay about our job experience and what we learned from it. And I said, I learned that people don't take other people's perspectives into account. Let's say somebody had a lot of jobs to do, but they only assume that we only have one job, fixing a printer or something. and they'll complain about it despite the fact that we're really busy and hardworking people. And I was like just talking the whole time about how people don't respect that we can't always fix their freaking printers.
Well, and
he never got
you
around.
should have put a little note at the bottom. If you weren't such a fucking retard, you could have fixed your own printer. Because printers aren't rocket science.
Yeah.
Alright, some
And
rocks
he-
are
and so he
very
didn't-
close.
And so he couldn't, I don't know, and he didn't even get it, so whatever. I got an A on this paper.
Yeah, I got. Okay, so speaking of incompetence, so I was working with.
I
yeah.
thought you were saying that you were incompetent.
Oh,
I'm like,
I was.
no, you're not.
I was during this moment.
Hold on.
Okay.
So like, I was working with the IT guy. Well, I have to say his name, Steve. I was working
Yeah,
with Steve.
It was
Over.
awesome.
I love Steve.
Shouts to Steve.
With the new-
Dungeon Marauders, check it out.
Yeah,
Dungeon Marauders. It's so good.
Put a link. in the description.
RadicalBomb.com.
Oh, okay.
Always link.
Anyway, so I was
Link.
working with Steve, and it was like one of the last few days I was on the job, and then Hamer, the new IT guy, was there too, and so we're like working on installing like wireless network points to like the computer, but we like put a dot of like glue on it and just put it in there so that kids don't rip it out because it's the problem kid class or the
Wonderful.
yeah. So like we knew that they were gonna get ripped out, so we bought cheap ones. But anyway, Mrs. Kramer comes over and she's like, "Could I get somebody to like fix the DVD player? It's not working." So I'm like, they're like, "Oh, Charlie, go just fix it." And I was like, "Shit, okay." So I went over there
Oh, God.
and I was like, "I don't know what's wrong."
Is it unplugged?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, I don't know what's wrong. And I just don't like dealing with DVD players. And I was like, whatever. So I didn't fix it. And I went back. I was like, sorry, I couldn't help you out. And then she comes back. She's like, oh, I fixed it. I'm like, cool. Because
They don't even try. All they do is go to IT.
Well, I come back and I'm like, well, I tried all that I could.
Well, I mean,
I turned it on. I turned it off.
like the,
I did whatever I could.
Okay.
And I didn't really want to fix it, but I was like, I don't even know. And I came back. I was like, well, I couldn't fix it.
I have,
to
hold on, I have
Steve
a
and
point.
Hamer.
we have
They
two
were
hands
all-
in the air.
I have some. Okay,
Okay.
mine's quick.
Alright, Zach.
So is mine.
About Spencer's story. There was a group of sci-fi writers that submitted a book to their publisher to test them.
Saw this on Reddit.
Yes, saw this on Reddit, and it's like it was all random computer-generated sentence, and the 17th chapter was exactly the same word for word as the 4th chapter, and the publisher published it.
Yep.
Google this book, can buy it. Rob.
Google this book could bite.
So a quick note on the other IT guy that replaced Steve, Curtis. Because his name is Curtis, it made me think of, for those of us that are a bit older and has seen Revenge of the Nerds, the character who plays, or the actor who plays Booger,
What do you call it, Booger?
his first name is actually Curtis. And so I'm like, dude, you guys really need to call him Booger like constantly.
Oh my god.
And so now every time Eric sees him, in the back of my mind he's like, Booger. God damn it, Rob.
Why do they call you Booger? I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Why?
And an ironic note to talk about my CRT printer story is that there actually was a printer we were supposed to fix that we couldn't.
What do you mean?
Basically, Mr. Newbie was like, "Hey, my printer isn't working."
Because
I
I
actually
smashed
have-
it with a hammer.
No, he's like,
Because I poured my 8 pots of coffee.
no, so he's like,
That's
"Hey,
what
my
stumps
printer
my
isn't
growth."
working. I don't know what's wrong with it. Can you guys take it up to your room and like try to fix it?" So I spent like, I don't know, like a good 10 minutes like getting like the printer unplugged and whatnot and taking it upstairs. So Steve and I instantly we start tearing the printer apart. Just like trying to fix it the
like
best we can.
rabid dogs.
We start tearing the printer apart, trying to find whatever's wrong with it. I clean the alcohol and I clean all the jets like super well, and then we reassemble it and we like try it to turn it on. And it's not working like at all, and we're like, "What is wrong with this printer?" So we're like, "Oh, it's broken. All right, Mr. Newbie, just fill out another form, just order another one, right?" So he's like, "Okay, fine." So he orders another one. A week later, the printer's still sitting on the table where we like try to fix it. And one of the guys that worked under Steve, his name was Kyle. I don't know if you guys know him. But Kyle,
Wait,
he's
which
really,
Kyle?
really awkward Kyle.
Kyle?
I don't know.
Yes.
Possibly.
He's my age.
Okay. Yeah, so he was in there, and he kind of just sometimes like will meander off and like just do whatever. And he was standing by the printer one day, and he's like, "Hey guys, what's wrong with this printer?" And we're like, "Oh, we don't know. Mr. Newbie just ordered a new one." He's like, "Why? I think it works fine." And so we go over there, and it's fixed. Everything about the printer is working, and we're like, "What did you do?" It's like, "Oh, I just plugged it back in, and I turned it on and off twice." And I'm like, and Steve and I look at each other, and I'm like, "Probably should have tried that." Because the thing is, we tore it apart, cleaned everything without it connected to the electricity, right? And then we put it back together, and then we just tried to turn it on without like plugging it back in.
You know what? I do this.
That's why they asked that
It's
question.
a tech guy thing, right? Yeah. We always overthink it. Because I did the same thing with my 62 Chevy. I did a whole valve job, tune-up, carburetor tune-up, and everything. I pretty much did so much on that engine, found out I had bad gas in the tank.
Honestly, the last part of it is the only thing I understood of that whole thing.
The valves,
and that it's a Chevy.
Well, valves are
what let air and fuel into the into the cylinders.
Yeah.
The carburetor is what vaporizes the fuel from the tank.
Okay.
And so, because I had ethanol gas, it sat for too long. The ethanol congealed and got sticky. It was not working on the pins, the needles, very well on the carburetor, so it wasn't getting sprayed properly. So
Doesn't
it was
it burn
running
too
badly.
hot too?
Ethanol will seriously.
It can, like, dry out
if you drive a vehicle made before 1998 or around that time, you need to use stable or some fuel stabilizer in your tank regularly to ensure. And if your vehicle is going to sit for a while, make sure that the ethanol does not separate and congeal.
So, to summarize, cars work by magic?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Cars work by magic.
I took auto shop.
This is a problem
Get
of
back to
being.
work.
This is a problem of being an engineer when all your friends are like
English major,
English
journalism
majors,
major, English major, and
computer
comp
science.
Well, the thing is, I understood.
I didn't.
I like I said, I took
It's
autos
okay,
1
you're
when I was in high school, and I had to do a
I'm
tune-up
not
on a. I don't remember what the vehicle was. It was like an
It's like
older
Steam.
Ford, right? And the
Truck?
car. No, it was a car.
Was it a Thunderbird?
No.
Oh.
And it was owned by one of the students at our school. Who was younger than me, and he's like, "Hey, I need a tune-up done." And so,
Wait, who was it?
Zach.
Larson.
Yes. Why do we keep saying full names?
God
No,
damn
we're
it,
not-
Zach.
That's his middle name.
No, but also he said Curtis, along with
Who's Curtis?
the other
I
half.
said
of his name.
Hamer and then he said Curtis.
Exactly. Anyways,
Whoops.
so we did an entire
Nobody
tune-up.
would have made that connection.
We did an entire tune-up on his car, right? And like, we seriously did the shittiest work on it of all time because we did not care about the car. We didn't know whose it was. We didn't expect it to be driven, right? And so we're like, oh yeah, this is fine and it works. And we got like our sheet signed off for like being able to do a proper tune-up. A week later, like the car is already out of the shop because they can at least move. And Zach Larson brings in like a dozen donuts for Christian and I. And we're just like, yeah, this is the best thing ever.
We did as
And-
little work as
and
possible and got
And
paid!
I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh man, Zach's gonna be so like sad when his car doesn't work. So like maybe a month later, I was like, hey Zach, so like what did you end up doing with the car that I tuned up, right? Oh, actually, it was like a whole year later because I was in math class with him, and I was like, so what did you end up doing with the car? He's like, oh, what is it called?
Derby?
Derby, yeah, he derbied the car, so he never even found out if it ran that well because he got knocked out like really early on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, good. Thanks.
It's a good thing
Thanks for
you're
the donuts, by the way.
I always wanted to do a demolition derby. That would be so much fun. Also, I've been considering buying paintball guns and 2 cheap cars, and we just go out into the Badlands
So
and
much
just
fun.
do a shootout.
Can we please?
Dude,
Mad Max, man.
that would be so fun.
I'm gonna.
Buy the pistols.
There's that Buick that is on that lot uptown.
Yeah.
For $800.
Shit.
Seriously, like I would buy that car and just drive it off a cliff and be fucking done with it. Seriously, what if you? Okay, my rule of thumb is if it runs and drives, $500, no matter how bad it is, right? If it's got a good frame and a good engine, like that Buick probably has a 3800 Series 2 GM engine.
Yeah.
Totally.
It probably has 4 wheels too.
Charlie, very astute observation by you, Charlie. Zach's a fucking idiot. What are you thinking?
It has 5 wheels, Charlie, because of the spare.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You forgot the #1 rule of cars.
Always have a 4-wheel.
Or in your back of your car in case your car breaks down so you can drive your 4-wheeler.
No.
Yeah.
Bring a shovel so you can dig yourself out of the snow.
Oh,
Yes,
perfect
Zach.
segue.
Oh, good.
I got myself stuck today. And actually, being the best driver out of this group, and I drive us everywhere, I don't need to get shit from any of you but
The only
Rob.
reason you drive us everywhere is because all of us hate to drive, except for maybe Spencer.
No, I like to drive, but my car will kill me.
Yes.
I will die.
Why?
Because I have no traction.
Oh yeah.
I've been driving it lately because the weather's been
Yeah,
nice.
there's been no snow here in the peaks.
So
But honestly,
To
I
me.
believe you. I thought you could have made
yeah,
it.
I thought it was a snowbank and it was at the top of a hill in a valley because the sides of the hill were higher up and the snow had drifted there. And it looked, not super deep. We've been driving through stuff like this normally. And so I popped it in 4-wheel drive, and I gunned it. And then we made it about halfway through the bank and got stuck and dug in well above the hubcaps. To the center of the...
That is
log.
crazy.
And then Rob and I spent like 10 minutes trying to get it out. And I called Triple and I was like, send the driver. And they're like, it might not be covered. And I was like, don't send the driver. And then some 2 high school guys...
Wait. But before that, my new plan, because we had gone through several plans by
Yes.
this point, was that I needed to pee, so I was going to pee on the wheel that was dug in the most.
Melt the snow behind it, right? And thank God...
And just before I started, I saw
Thank
the
God.
truck.
Yeah, thank God Rob didn't have to pee on my truck.
But, no, the thing is, like, I wish you would have, so that when you started spinning the wheel, you were getting pea snow everywhere.
Screwed it up. And anyway, these 2 high school guys in this tiny Toyota pickup, and I drive like a Nissan Pathfinder, so it's an old one. So
pretty much the
before,
same size.
It's before they got big. No, it was smaller than the Pathfinder.
Oh, wow.
It was like
Yeah.
a really small, like Toyota, like comparable to the Mazda B100s.
It's
or
like the
whatever.
size that I have. Or?
No, smaller.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
lower.
No, I think it's about the same as
No, it's the
ours.
same. It
It's-
has to be the same size.
No,
Trucks
it
don't get
was
smaller.
yours is like a taller truck. It was lower than yours.
Oh,
a
Yeah.
little bit
Oh.
narrower.
Low rider.
Yeah.
A
Anyway,
beaver.
so he backs up and I throw the tow rope to him and I attach it to my frame and he like strains. I've got it in 4-wheel low and in reverse. I'm trying to get out and I'm gunning it and I could smell my clutch burning, which was not good. And so he like backs up and then he rams it forward and we move like 3 inches and then he does it like 10 more times and then we're finally out. And so I
So
say
thank
thanks.
you to you guys for getting us out of there.
You had a 307 hat, and I was tempted to call you a douchebag, but I didn't because you were pretty cool. And you, as you pulled up, you just said this all-knowing nod and was like, "Yes, he's gonna give me a tow."
Also, thank you for not making me find out that the P plan would not work at all.
Because we both know it wouldn't.
Zach one time was driving with me, and there was a big snowbank. And he was trying to jump it, but really he just crashed into it.
I went through it.
Yeah, he crashed through it. Yeah, that was pretty much the end of the story. We were on our way to the Ritz.
Enough
Yeah,
of
sure.
this. Anyway,
Cut
we
that out, Zach.
were going past the post office, and there was this big, because it just snowed, and they clumped it all. I was like, I'm going to get mad ups, and I started driving towards it really fast.
What
and it
were
was just
you driving in?
Pathfinder.
Oh, so this was over Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we just hit it, and it just kind of flew up over the windshield. And I was like, dang it.
It was really funny.
Darn it.
I actually said to Zach while we were sitting there trying to think of what to do, this is why you need a plow on the front of your Pathfinder.
That'd be so cool.
No.
It'd be great.
Actually, I browsed Craigslist.
Yeah, that
a
means
lot.
I could always drive. Because I could just drive right directly under, like behind you.
The plow doesn't remove all the snow. That's what flamethrowers are for. The plow just kind of makes it a nice, smooth sheet for you to slide around on.
I like the picture of the snow, like, brushes, like the ones that are on the ends of the...
Bobcats.
Oh, they have those here on campus.
Right,
and
yeah. I like the
Just
picture of
polish
those,
the
and it's
ice.
like,
Someone-
let me polish the ice and throw the snow at you. Yeah.
Someone, I got dusted with one of those the other day because I was walking to campus at 8 a.m. And someone was doing it, and I got dusted, and I just looked at him, and he just stopped, and he slowly backed up and turned around.
I don't know how you got hit, is the thing.
Because I came around the corner of a building.
Because he
Oh.
doesn't pay
He
attention.
was waiting for you. Like, as soon as you came out, he was like, and then threw snow at you. And then, like, your interpretation was wrong. Like, you stared at him, and he, like, got away. But really
like,
what
bounced
happened was
into
he
the
was
alley.
waiting for you, sprayed the snow at you,
And
and then
away.
was, like, taunting you, and then left.
No, just like back directly into the alley, and it just like gets darker and darker.
Yeah.
And the brush slowly, like, starts to spool up again.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
I love Bobcats. I can kind of drive one because my dad has one. And I learned to, but I'm really bad at it.
Really? I drove one all summer. Did yours have the feet controls?
Yeah,
for
it
the...
has foot pedals and
Oh, so you
so
have the
move. You can turn
Yeah.
turn with
Okay. So you had the normal kind. The one.
these, the joysticks, I guess.
Yeah. The one I spent the most time with over the summer was weird because you had 2 joysticks and no foot pedals.
Really?
So one joystick you could move in 4 directions. You could move them both in 4 directions, right?
Okay.
And you could switch the modes. So you could say that forward and back moved each track, then left and right on one, tilted, left and right on the other, raised it. Or you could move forward, back, left, and right with one, and then tilt, raise with the other one.
I feel like
I am already confused.
I prefer the foot pedals.
Oh yeah, but I mean like for what you had.
Yeah.
Sure.
I also got to drive a smell-a-handler, or a telehandler if you're a normal human. And that's the one that, it's a forklift that goes way out. And I did some rear-end wheelies trying to pick up things that were way too heavy while I was way too extended. It was fun. Rob, you'll hopefully learn to drive those because they're the most fun.
I actually drove one when I was 9, because my dad used to work road construction.
That's
and
cool.
during the summers, since my mom would be at work, he'd just take me to work with him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, every day is bring your kid to work day for Charlie's dad, too.
Oh yeah.
I drive a Ferrari.
He also
Stop it,
taught me
it's not
to...
Shut up, Spencer.
He never actually let me run it, but he taught me to run the button house for their asphalt crusher.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I had something to say. Then I forgot it.
I got to drive a steamroller with my uncle.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you run someone over like in the first Austin Powers? You're like, get out of the way, and he's like, ah! And you're like 40 feet away from him.
And then he's a pancake, like in the cartoons.
Like in Who
Um,
Framed Roger Rabbit.
So,
Oh god.
so how do Tom and Jerry kill themselves in the last episode?
What?
Yeah,
What?
so today I was like, okay, so I went to astronomy this morning, and I got back, and like,
Astronomy!
I was just thinking to myself, like, I'm so alone. It's Valentine's Day. No women, right? So I'm laying in bed, I'm just listening to music, and I'm like checking Twitter, and I saw this TV fact. It was like the last episode of Tom and Jerry is about like them committing suicide. And I was like, what? No, this is just like some like weird thing to say, like for ooh, look at our cool facts, right? And I was like, whatever, that's not true. So I like looked it up on Wikipedia and stuff, and like there is, I don't know if it's the last episode, but there is an episode of Tom and Jerry where they commit suicide.
Like
at the
how?
end.
Like what?
Wow.
Basically, the plot is that Tom is like dating this girl Kat, right? And they're supposed to like be really close, and like basically Tom stops pursuing Jerry, like in terms of like trying to eat him or whatever, because he's like so infatuated with this other cat. And so like they're supposed to be getting together, and then this richer cat, like essentially snatches her away from him, and so he starts to do all these things to try to prove to her that he has money. He like tries to buy all these like perfumes and like whatnot for her, and it doesn't work, right? But he's taking out all these loans and whatnot, and so he has to sign them all off, and he's in huge like crazy debt, and so he starts drinking like milk, but really it's supposed to like be alcohol.
Yeah.
And his life starts like crumbling around him, and Jerry's like, "Hey, come on, man!" Like he's like trying to save Tom essentially. But then Tom like finally is like about to feel better. Wait, no, he's like not feeling better at all. He sees
that's weird.
his ex girlfriend, I guess, with her now husband like driving by in a just married like vehicle, which Cat's driving, whatever. But he gets super depressed, and he's like, "Okay, I'm over this," and he just like jumps into like this river, and he's about to get washed away, and Jerry saves him. And then they sit on these tracks, and Jerry's like, "Oh, come on, Tom, blah blah blah," and he's like, "Maybe it's just better
Wait,
this
he
way."
says they talk?
Jerry narrates the episode. He doesn't speak on screen, but he narrates the episode.
That is weird.
It is weird. Yeah, and so Tom is sitting on the track, and he's like, "I'm just gonna kill myself," and Jerry just says to himself, essentially, like, "It's probably better this way anyways." He's just like letting him kill himself, right? And that's about like as he's about to just leave Tom to be, he sees his like girlfriend driving with like another mouse in a just married car, and he's like, whatever. So he sits next. He sits next to Tom on the tracks, and they're just waiting to get hit by the train.
That is poetic because
And
it's
that's how the
Valentine's
episode
Day.
ends.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's
I
dark.
remember it was
That is-
really like, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. They're all sitting together enjoying the sunset when I was like a child.
Seriously,
And then yeah.
like when I watched it, it was like the most surreal experience. And the thing was, the song was like legitimately sad and like cinematic, that I thought somebody else put like a sad song to it to make it like even more sad. It's like the actual song. That's the actual episode, and I was just
I'm having a
terrified.
hard time feeling sad because I've got to pee really badly.
Go
I
be.
don't know.
I will. Relax.
That is
That really
bad.
depressed me. So
See, there's some
yeah.
there's some cartoons from childhood where you go back and you watch it and it's like really meta, right? Like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh.
There are other ones like Scooby Doo and also, what am I thinking of? Ed, and Eddie. Where you
Ed
go
and
back
Eddie
and
is
watch it and
killer.
you're like, this is just I got all out of this that I could when I was a kid. Right?
What?
Like you
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I was talking with Rob.
You go back to things you watch, and some of them are pretty meta, and the other ones are like, I got all I could out of this as a kid.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
What Bridger
Right.
and I were
Conversing.
wordlessly conversing to each other is in terms of the darkness. We were watching Gargoyles earlier today because Disney put it up on YouTube for free,
Yeah!
and
That's awesome.
Nostalgiasm everywhere.
It is a lot darker than both of us remember.
Oh, holy crap, yeah.
Like the episode where Brooklyn accidentally shoots the cop.
Yeah, he was playing around with her gun because he just saw a Western movie. And he's just playing around with it, and all of a sudden, boom, it goes off, and he fucking shot her.
And I remembered the episode, but it's like it just hit me a lot differently now than it did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Which we realized, I saw it on its original run. I think it was 94, so
Yeah,
I
it was 94, like 5 or
So
6.
no.
No, I was 8.
This is
Oh.
a knife.
But Bridger didn't see it until it was in reruns because he saw it when he was
5 or 6.
yeah. Because when it originally aired, he was
I was like,
Fit.
what and
a twinkle in your father's eye.
No, I was like 1.5 years old when it aired.
Dude, did he die?
Yes, I died.
No, from the shooting.
No,
Oh, no,
she's
she
a
lived.
chick.
Oh,
What
right.
did Mr. K post today about the drama school shooting or whatever?
What?
Whoa.
I didn't see that.
Oh no, yeah, he was
It's
talking
not
about
a real
how.
school
Right, he
shooting,
talked
though.
about how basically a school staged a school shooting. I didn't read the article, but that's what the
I
article
want
was about.
to, because I was like, that should be our senior prank.
That's like a
What?
No,
Gnarly.
you and I were talking about this.
That
one
would be
day.
the coolest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
but
until
where
the
we
cops-
live, you would actually get shot.
Yeah!
uh
Have you forgotten this?
Yeah, we live in Tibet.
They had to fire
Right, we didn't do it,
a
so-
custodian from the elementary school because she was carrying a gun at work.
in her vagina.
Wait, at our town?
Yeah,
What?
What?
Are you serious?
yeah.
Exactly where I said she was.
Oh.
In her vagina. Like the opening of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where the girl pulls a gun out of her vagina.
Does that happen?
Yes, it does.
That
It
is
is very clearly where the gun was.
That is so weird.
We should watch Drag Me to Hell.
No.
No.
Let's
'Cause it's
watch.
bad.
Let's watch
I've
Death
heard.
Race.
It's bad,
With
but it's
Peter
a B,
Siegel.
B movie bad.
You mean the original one, Death
Is
Race
it like
2000?
Sharknado bad?
That's
No,
also
it's
good.
like
I've seen it.
It's
I
like
liked
Evil
it.
Dead.
But
Oh,
let's watch
yeah.
Cannonball Run.
Yes.
Like
'Cause
watching
I
it in that
love
context, it's actually pretty
Cannonball
good.
Run.
It's like enjoyable.
I love Dom DeLuise.
Oh really? Have you guys ever seen Vanishing Point?
Nope.
No, I've heard of it though.
Have you ever have you heard? Did you ever watch Vantage Point?
Yes.
I never did.
Pretty good. Lane. Actually, no. It was Shooter. Lane.
Of
You
course.
already fucked it up.
Lane would watch that movie every day,
Yeah, because he actually wants to kill people.
and
Yeah.
he
No,
is currently.
He kinda does.
I bet right now he is killing people because he actually became like the top Marine sniper.
Are you
Right.
serious?
Yeah.
Dude,
He,
go.
he ranked
go
in top
Lane.
3. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's
Because
wild.
that's all he did.
Makes sense though. Really makes sense.
His
Okay, it
18th
does.
birthday, he bought himself a 6.76 Lapua or whatever it's called.
Dude, the poo's nice.
Lampoon.
Well, it's the ammo size. He built his. He built it.
I don't know.
Lots
I
of-
don't know guns. My dad knows guns.
But yeah.
I just know they go boom, boom, bang, gang. And then kill.
No, you don't know anything.
I go shoot
They
it. I
not
don't
don't
go
go bang
shoot
bang
it.
goo goo goo.
I need, I
What
need
did
to
the
grab
baby
jet
guns?
from my dad. We'll go up.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, bring it back.
Yeah. Do it!
Do it.
Shoot things!
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I might have you pick up some of mine too.
I'm tired.
It's midnight. Oh, Valentine's Day's over.
Woo!
Yay, we're not single anymore. Oh, wait, we're still single.
Yeah. Hey, Hitler had a girlfriend. You're all less
Oh, I
desirable
saw
than
that. It's
Hitler.
so funny.
Everyone's
You
less
guys are
desirable.
less desirable than Hitler.
I've already had
To
one
be
girlfriend.
fair-
Don't want to try again for a while.
To be fair,
Oh, come on, it's
Hitler
been a
was
while now.
probably
It
a
has
homophobe.
been.
Get out, dude.
What?
Maybe it's time
To
to
be
get
fair,
out there.
Hitler was probably a
Hey,
homosexual.
remember the?
I'm much
this-
more comfortable by myself.
Remember this episode's
All the
not. Hey, stop
What?
talking! Stop talking over each other.
Okay, sorry.
It's seriously mic noise. And then mic dead air.
Did you have something to say?
Yes, and I said it. It was stop talking over each other.
And I was talking over
You-
you and Zach.
Yes.
I was in the bathroom. What were we talking about before we started talking over each other?
Talking
The
over
Vanishing Point, which is a meta show.
Oh no, we were talking about how Valentine's Day's over, right?
Yeah, Valentine's Day is over because it's midnight now.
We're all still
Uh,
single, yay.
Unless
I
it's
have
out-
only actually gone out for Valentine's Day like once when I was in high school.
Wow.
I had 2 Valentine's Days where I had a girlfriend, but it was the same girlfriend. So Valentine's Day 2 had a one-up Valentine's Day 1. I don't remember what I
I've never had a girlfriend during Valentine's Day, but
Yeah.
I have had 3 Valentines on a Valentine's Day.
did. Your mom, your dad, and your sister.
No.
His
No.
brother, dude, duh.
My
Yeah.
brother, come on, guys. Come on.
I had Cody's dad as a Valentine and Cody.
That's freaking gay!
Whatever, you had your dad as a Valentine. That's both gay and ancestral.
And creepy because his dad didn't have pants on.
Well, yeah, that's true.
The last
That's a
thing I-
given, though.
The last thing
Yeah.
I saw before moving back here to college was Spencer's brother's penis. I went to Spencer's house to get some stuff for Spencer, and his brother just walked out of the hallway with nothing on.
Oh,
No, no, he had a shirt.
Yeah. Shout outs to Abraham. I actually didn't realize you were naked. I didn't actually notice the penis. I was just like, oh, there's Abraham. Because I was wearing my new contacts and I was not
The
used
thing
to
is,
it.
my brother does that all the time. He'll like walk out into the hall naked, and if like nobody's there, he won't even care. He'll just walk into his room, right? But if there is somebody, he'll look at you, and then stumble into his room.
he like tugged the shirt down like a very embarrassed like girl.
He always does it, and it seriously is the worst. That was me.
No, it was me.
Also me.
The methane. Seriously, we should get methane detectors.
Farts are primarily not methane. I found out.
they're primarily poop.
Yeah. But they're primarily not methane.
What
Hey, Rowdy,
I don't-
what do you
I don't
call
remember.
poo vapors in Scotland? Crud vapors. Or no, it's poo gas. Freakazoid reference.
I love Freakazoid.
I too have to go urinate in the toilet bowl.
Okay, then go.
Alright.
Don't
You know
pee in
what?
our well.
You just blew the illusion because no one said anything. I didn't say anything when I went. Rob didn't say anything.
No, I did say something.
But you said something when you came back.
Uh-oh. I'm peeing.
True the illusion.
Charlie, you're gonna have to clean the carpet.
Bend it off. Bend it off.
Oh yeah.
Like a hose. Can put a kink in
See,
it.
I never realized.
Nitrogen.
Oh really? That's cool. I never realized that people had trouble stopping because apparently I'm awesome.
It's because you do Kegels all the time.
Every day. Actually, even before then, I've never had much trouble stopping the stream.
I hope it means you have dick cancer.
Actually,
That is a
that's-
terrible thing to
it-
say to a
it
person,
is.
and I want you to apologize to him right now.
Yeah. Asshole.
Apologize for being
Sorry,
Asian.
I wish you had dick cancer.
Apologize for being Asian.
Wait. Is that
No.
you're sorry that
Where-
you wish he had dick cancer, or you're sorry
Come.
but you still wish he had dick cancer?
I don't
I'm sorry that is the case. But the case is I wish you had dick cancer.
Apology not accepted. Apologize for
I
being
accept
Asian
it.
and I'll accept it. Apologize.
I have too much honor.
Just say I'm sorry.
Since when have you ever had honor?
I sorry.
Oh,
I'm the most
so
honorable man.
something very special is coming up. It might not be very special for. Okay, let's start with the beginning.
Is it about your birthday?
No, it's about our haircuts.
Oh yeah.
So last week, Charlie
of which,
and
I
I
need
were
a
all
haircut
like,
tomorrow.
we all need a haircut. Actually, Spencer was yelling at me that I need a haircut because I will not get a haircut on my own accord.
No.
And so Rob and Spencer were like, oh yeah, or Rob and Charlie were like, yeah, we need haircuts too. Zach, make his haircut appointment. And I was
Pretty
like,
much.
oh, fine. And so I called today, pretty much a week later, and I was like, I called the hair studio and was like, hey, what are your Saturday hours? And he was like, we're partially open. And I said, all right, I need 3 male haircuts. And he was like, I can get you in on the 22nd. I was like, cool. And he's like, what are your names? And I said, Zach, Rob, and Charlie. And he said, are you guys family? And I said, no, just friends.
And so I was sitting in his room while he made this call, and I immediately thought, that kind of sounds like we're a gay couple or something, but there's 3 of us, so it's a gay triumvirate.
The next words that came out of his mouth very much had that you guys are homosexuals like tone. Like, this is a tone I get occasionally with lesbianic body like mine. I was a lesbian.
Is that why you are choosing not to shave?
That's why I'm choosing not to shave, because I can grow a beard. I can grow
Shave!
No. If you keep pronouncing it like that, you're never going to pass as an English as a first language person.
Shave!
Right? You're always going to sound like an ESL student. It's shave.
Yeah.
Shave!
English
Shave.
sign language.
No, it's shave.
But
anyway,
that's similar to why I don't
at the
shave.
end.
I have been called ma'am one time too many.
I haven't called ma'am.
I've
No.
never been called that except for you guys being assholes.
Yeah.
That's seriously why I try to leave at least a little bit of stubble.
Really?
I think it's pretty tough to make that, like, jump.
It's happened.
That's awful.
Like when, much like you, when I like completely shaved, I look like a middle-aged lesbian.
Oh, yeah. I don't even look like a middle-aged lesbian. I look like a lesbian my age. I just look like a lesbian. I just changed genders. Stop it. So a haircut is like a biannual thing for me. I get 2 haircuts a year.
Yeah.
It used to be biannual for me when I kept my hair like an emo bitch.
You are a bitch still, though. So,
But you're
not
not
an emo one.
but now you're a hipster bitch.
What? No.
So I need to figure out how to get my haircut. I need recommendations.
First the guy
Cool.
uses the like clippers on you, and then he does scissors to do the detail work.
Typically. Also get it buzzed.
No. Someone told me.
I'm getting mine pretty
Someone
much
told me I
buzzed.
should just get it all completely shaved.
Get a crew cut.
What is a crew cut?
I don't know.
Do you really not know?
I know what it looks like. I can't like find the words to describe it.
A crew cut is just basically, it's cutting your hair down all to the same length, but short.
Oh, I don't like that. I like having.
Right,
it
yeah,
top
you definitely
on.
couldn't pull it off because you're too fat.
Fuck you.
You're one to talk.
Fuck you too.
Hey,
dude.
I'm also too fat for it, which
No.
is why I don't have one.
I get
Charlie,
mine
get a crew
buzzed
cut.
pretty much, except for like one little like bit up here where it's a little
should-
bit longer.
You should get it like those Asian kids, like those Asian like Steals Peaches and whatnot. Probably I don't remember, but basically they just have like, their whole head shaved, but they leave one tuft right at the front. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'll help you find a picture. Put it up.
Alright, I'm still curious about the peach stealing comment. Probably steals peaches.
Well,
I don't
I'm
know.
actually going back to what you told me earlier about how you think this would make for a good sketch.
Oh, how if we... I told Spencer this when we were having lunch the other day, how if we all show up...
Today?
No, the other day.
Today.
Was it?
It was today.
It was yesterday because it's now 12:09 a.m.
Hey, do you know how I feel about people who are like, it's technically tomorrow?
I said
you
that
know how I
one
feel
night
about
and
that?
he feels
Fuck
like
you
it-
is how I feel about it.
I feel like I can suck my cock.
You feel you can suck your
I
cock.
feel you can suck my cock.
No, you said I feel I can suck my cock.
Maybe I
Yo.
can.
Oh, dude, this, if you held that power, I would be surprised you left your room at all. I wouldn't. If I held that power, I wouldn't leave my room,
If I
right?
held that power, I would eat a lot more pineapple.
There's
Oh.
like they kind of touch on that on the second season finale for Metalocalypse, and Pickles is like, I wouldn't even play the drums anymore. I'd move back in with my parents. Because I mean, is just what's the point?
Yeah,
I love Metalocalypse.
it's pretty good.
So good.
Pickles is my favorite.
Trying to think of anything
Pickles,
else.
Nickels.
Well, the Watch Dogs game was canceled on Wii U, and then was brought back to Wii U, and then was canceled to Wii U, and now it's in like a weird ambiguous
Purgatory.
state. Yeah, it's in purgatory.
Limbo.
It's not decided whether it goes to hell or heaven, and you can decide whether hell is the Wii U or heaven is the Wii U.
Well, considering it's not doing so hot, It's pretty good. It's got some good games.
I legitimately enjoy our Wii U.
We should play Nintendo Land sometime. Not tonight because I'm
How
tired.
about
Did we
just-
mention that on the last podcast too?
What?
Play Nintendo Land.
Well, the last
Probably.
podcast that never went up because
Oh yeah.
The Lost File.
the lost file.
Also, what was it? I'm excited for the new Infamous. That's gonna probably be
In-
my first PS4
In
game.
France, when you pre-order, is it
Yeah.
France or Italy when you
I think it's
pre-order?
Sweden.
I heard it was France or Italy. I'm not sure, but whatever. In some
Maybe
European
it's
country,
Switzerland, I don't know.
when you pre-order Infamous, you get 2 glow-in-the-dark condoms so you can have sword fights.
And some Red Bull.
Yeah.
What?
I'm really hoping the condoms just say Second Son on them, so she knows.
You said that before. And
So
I'm
she
not
knows
sure what you
actually nothing.
knows that
So-
it's from the game. Knows that you're gonna impregnate her. What do you mean?
Well, hopefully you won't if you're wearing it.
Speaking of video games, Valentine's Day was the release date for the new Final Fantasy 13 game, like Final Fantasy 13-13. Because there have been so many of them.
XXIXIV.
Exactly.
I heard it's very worth to play. So,
I've heard it's-
Rob,
And because Final Fantasy is my drug of choice, I will probably get it. Even though lately, when Spencer and I talk to each other about Final Fantasy, I'm like, I don't fucking care anymore.
You know what? I don't care about 13 anymore. I'm over that. Bring on 15.
I was over it after Sid Reigns kept beating my ass.
ASAP! Square Enix, shout out to your boys. Sponsor us.
Hey, Square Enix, anti-shout out. If you release a mobile game, make sure it works.
What
Hey,
mobile game of
Square
theirs does not
Enix,
work?
shout out. Please make some more Dragon Quest games.
Yes,
No.
I agree with this.
No more Dragon Quest.
Shut up, Spencer.
Hey,
No one cares about
LucasArts, bring back the Monkey Island series.
Make sure you make Darth Vader scream no more.
No.
No more.
I doubt you.
Shut up.
Ha.
But yeah. No, seriously, bring on 15. It looks so awesome. I've been waiting for
I don't
15
think it's going to come out this year.
forever. Probably not. I don't care. Bring it on. I'm excited. It's going to be amazing.
So what? So we're all PS4 fanboys in here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or as they used to call us, Sony ponies.
Nobody.
something.
That's the first time I've ever heard that phrase.
Oh, really?
Seriously?
I'll accept that term.
I will too.
Also, I would never call myself a fanboy.
My first console that
Which
was
is
I
Okay,
I would call myself like a Square Enix fanboy, not a PS4 fanboy.
So you're
Fanboys
a,
was a good movie. I
so
just wanna
you're a
point that out.
squared penis fanboy. Huh? Because it's penis squared. You like penis times penis.
I do.
Jack, you pan.
Anyway, what PS4 games? Let's call it right now. PS4 games that will flop. Name them. I'm gonna say
Knack.
Mad Max right now. No, upcoming.
Give me a list to choose from.
Mac 2.
I am
The
bummed
sequel.
out about that, but I do agree with you because I am excited to see the game, and I'm just like, they're gonna fuck it up.
I think it'll be a good game, but like it's not because Mad Max is not
It's
popular.
not going to sell.
Yeah, it's not gonna sell.
it's popular to people my age.
yeah.
I think on
And my age.
PS4, Titanfall
Well,
is going to
you
flop
guys are much
super
more-
hard.
You guys are much
Just
closer
Titanfall
to
is
the
not-
general age of gamers, though.
The general age of Pokemon players, maybe. Not the general age of console gamers. There is a difference.
No,
Yeah.
but
General age of Pokemon players is approximately like, what, 20, mid-20s, early 30s?
no, you're speaking on your butt. Literally everyone plays Pokemon.
Okay, but it is like the majority are people in their 20s. No.
No,
Don't.
they have a junior class championship because so many young people play.
So that doesn't mean
I'm not
there
denying
aren't
that a
more
lot of
older
young
people.
people
No,
play.
but I'm just saying there's no actual average because everyone plays.
Not everyone.
And there's tons of entries.
My
Really?
parents don't play.
Yeah.
My dad calls it
Well,
Pokemon.
your parents are fucking losers.
Hey, fuck you. My dad got in a bar fight with 4 Mexican guys and he won.
It's probably because they were making fun of his like
If
team.
you get in a
Which
fight,
is awkward because my dad, back then, looked like he was Mexican. Like if you look at any of our family pictures, and we have said this to him a bit too often,
why is your gardener in your family photo?
that is what we ask our mom. Because we're all very, very white, and my dad is like super tan. He used to have this big mustache.
White people.
White people.
Yes.
Yeah, down with
If you get in a fight with 4 people that are each a quarter of your size, you should be still expected to win.
What if they're like the midget wrestlers?
Oh god, that's
Well,
tricky.
ninja wrestlers, they'll tear you limb from limb.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have like mental synchronization, you know.
They have the
Yeah,
high
the
mind.
hive mind, yes! The midget hive mind! Those fucking secrets of the universe with Dude Couch.
Yes.
Totally.
Well, okay, other games. Other games
What'd I
that
do?
will flop.
He just turned on a PS4.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
I said Titanfall on PS4 because it's not compatible on PS4.
I was actually thinking about saying the same thing.
Also, Titanfall doesn't have a campaign,
Good.
which is weird because it's like, huh?
So
No, it's because they're keeping it real. You know,
Like, yeah,
they're
but
being
it's
true
like-
to what they're doing.
But it's like, dude,
I'm gonna say Drive Club is not gonna be the best. It's not gonna do super hot.
even
I think
even
it'll
though
be
Charlie,
fun, but it's not going to do well. I agree.
even though Charlie is excited for it, I think Second Son is gonna flop.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree. I think Second Son's going to do.
I think it's
Infamous
their
1
first
sold
good
well.
title
Infamous
that they
2 was not so great.
Doesn't matter because the way I look at it is like, what else are they going to buy right now?
It is true. But the thing is that we're looking at the same thing with the Wii U right now because it's a starved market. But even when Nintendo releases great games, and I mean Smash Bros. So excited.
They
It's
released
a starved
news
market,
of
but
the
people aren't buying games.
Right.
So I think that we're in this whole like weird consumerism loop where it's like I want games, and then you go to the store or you go online and there's nothing you want.
I don't know, because like last year was one of the best selling years for games ever.
Well, yeah, but we had some great
I mean,
releases.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also it's almost
Like,
unfair because
yeah.
they just had so many games I've been working on for so long,
Yeah.
all come out at the same time. You know.
Supposedly there's a new Duke Nukem coming out.
No one cares.
No one cares.
It's like the Dacia Sandero on Top Gear.
I think what he means is like there's
Like
a
not
new
that
Duke
Salt
Nukem coming out, but don't worry about it. You'll be dead before it's out. So it's all right.
Actually,
I probably will be.
so Sonic Boom.
No, it's gonna flop super hard.
You think so?
Yes.
Actually,
the thing is,
I
like,
want a good Sonic.
I
game.
have
It's not
hope.
gonna ever happen again.
I have hope because they
Sonic's
actually.
dead.
I heard
I don't.
and I read an article that they actually kind of teased levels from the game a couple years ago, or maybe like a year ago at E3 when they were like showing off the new engine that's going to be run on. And they showed levels from the game, which means that unlike Sonic 06, they've been working on this game for more than 4 months.
That's it.
When they
But,
say
okay.
it's due in 2 months.
Here's
Well,
here's the-
I heard that your mama's so fat she plays pool with the planets.
My mother is anorexic, actually.
Yeah, your mama's pretty tiny.
Okay, no.
Which is weird because I was a cesarean birth and she was not. They had to sew her like 2 halves back together.
Oh my god.
Like
That,
no,
that
like
does happen.
2 entire body halves, like head and shoulders over here, and then like.
Because you took up so much of her body
I
that
like
they
that.
just cut her down the middle.
I was an elephant child. Actually, I was a small child. 5th grade, I got chubby.
Yeah. So the way I feel about Sonic Boom, or just the Sonic franchise, is like
Knuckles looks.
they've been making
Knuckles looks so fucking weird.
fine games. Like Lost Worlds was a mixed review, you know, because the thing is,
Yeah.
the game changed so much from like Section 1 to Section 2 to Section 3. You know, like the gameplay and the style of the game itself changed so much that it almost was not one game.
Wait, you're saying that they made good games?
Did you play Generations of Colors?
Did you play Unleashed?
Charlie points to his own chest.
Sonic 06.
Sonic Unleashed. No, the thing is, Sonic Unleashed
Did
again
you beat
was
Sonic
50% a good game.
Sonic 06?
Yes, but the thing is that it's 50% at like 3 times the normal speed.
That's
That's
true.
like watching
That's
a
true.
porno, and you watch like all the close up of the guy's asshole and like the opening at normal speed, and then you watch all the rest of it, or it's the good parts at like 4 times the speed.
Hey, I like the close-up.
That's true.
I
That
like,
is very accurate.
I like the close-up of the guy's asshole.
No, you don't. That's gross.
Then why didn't you like the
Sonic.
Werehog levels more?
This Werehog is awful.
Also redundant.
I would honestly rather watch just a guy's asshole than the Werehog episode.
Zach, put up a picture of a guy's.
No.
No.
I'm just
do
gonna
that.
put up a picture of the Werehog episode.
No, but like seriously, like Generations was really fun.
06?
Well designed.
Yeah. Unleashed?
No, but see, the thing is,
I
these
don't
are
like the
all
Sonic
after the
games.
matter.
I don't like
Like,
the Sonic games just because.
when did Generations come out?
Generations came out. Oh man, 2 years ago maybe. Maybe.
So what? So Unleashed is after the Matter because it became out before Colors and Unleashed.
No, the thing is, I know for a
Colors
fact Generations and Colors came out after Unleashed.
Yeah, they did.
Well, yeah, but you said it's after the fact or before the fact.
Yes.
Is this Sonic America or Sonic Japan?
I don't
Sonic
know.
Team.
Sonic Team.
They're
There's no-
Japan.
there's no-
What an
They're
ambiguous
They
title.
they can't afford like sectors anymore. Okay.
They live like in international
I don't
waters,
even know
so they
how
don't have to
Sega
pay
is actually
taxes.
still functioning as like a company.
Oh,
Because they've seriously made so many.
Publishing.
CEO of
Yeah,
Microsoft
but they
wants to
never
sell the
published anything
Xbox.
wild.
Sonic All Star Racing was good. Bayonetta was good.
People
Oh, that's right, they did
people
make
are
it.
pressuring people from higher up are pressuring Microsoft to sell Bing and Xbox
Why?
because they're not profitable. Xbox is not making profit.
There's a reason people call it the Xbox.
This is the thing. Okay. Console generations when they start always are bad. Always.
But the Xbox didn't get good until like 6 months before the console end cycle. It didn't like start making a profit because it was just a big money sinkhole.
We're talking about
360 or
360.
No,
Sorry.
360 did really well, just in general.
Well, consoles don't make the money.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
games.
No, yeah, still, but more importantly, what I'm saying is that console generations at the beginning are always really bleak looking. Always. You know, like
slow.
exactly.
Which does not help the case for the Wii U because
Yeah.
it is like
Exactly.
mid-life cycle.
Seriously,
Seriously, Nintendo,
Real talk.
dump the Wii U. Like, whatever you've got in the works now in terms of games, get out and then put all your chips into the next console. Like, bring us something as good as the PS4. You can do it. Make
There's
it.
talk of it.
Yeah.
Nintendo
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
even
know what?
have to be
It
great.
doesn't matter. They can just put out Smash Brothers, put out another Zelda game, and they'll have saved themselves.
You'll be printing money.
Exactly. Like, they shouldn't be having trouble. It's just that they are really slow at making first-party games. And that's kind of always been always been their story. You know, what games on the Wii were worth playing? What games on the Wii can you even think of
WarioWare
right now?
Smooth Moves.
WarioWare,
Please shut
sure.
up.
Mario Kart.
That game was fun.
Smash Brothers.
Mario
Twilight
Party.
Princess.
Mario Party.
Metroid.
Mario Party.
You know, these are all first-party titles. I would be hard-pressed to name 10 third-party titles for the Wii.
Really?
Yes. And that goes for the same for the Wii U. You know, like, this is going to be the same story as the Wii. We're going to get a bunch of good first-party games, and
But
then the
the-
Wii will be self-sustaining.
But the the Wii U has like really good like third party games too, like Wonderful 101 and
Well,
and,
101,
other game.
that is a kind of
Were you gonna
First-
say Bayonetta?
first party. I would say as
Ass.
first party as like as Mega Man, right? Because yeah, sure, it's not technically a Nintendo game, but it's like it was just developed as like something specifically for Nintendo.
Because
You know? It
what
wasn't
else?
just a
I'm
game.
trying to think of other things I've played on the Wii U.
Zombie U.
I haven't
I
played Zombie
haven't-
U.
I
don't
was
like it.
I was trying to play it, but
Pretty
people
much,
were.
we've played a lot of Nintendo Land.
And
Yeah.
Fucking annoying.
Wind Waker.
And
Why
so-
does
We need to finish Wind Waker, or I need to finish Wind Waker.
Wind Waker, so good. Master race of
a little
Legend
more.
of Zelda.
I need to play Twilight Princess.
Whatever.
Well, and when Bridger first got the Wii U, he and I played a lot of Injustice.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Injustice is fun. We need to play that some more.
Injustice.
What is the console you've gotten, like handhelds included, that you've gotten the most mileage out of in your lifetime?
Probably.
PlayStation 1.
PS1.
Yeah, same for me.
I would say it was my Game Boy Advance SP.
Oh, like actual hours?
Like just most mileage. Like what was the most, like, just whatever. I'm trying to think
I
of a
would
way to
still
describe
be
it.
using my PS1 if my brother hadn't borrowed it and then gave it to some girl.
Oh, dude.
What a fucking
Don't
dick!
beat up the girl.
To be fair, they were getting married, but then he's like, I want my PS1 back. She's like, nope.
Were they?
Weddings.
No.
He cast.
Oh, okay.
He put the PS1 in like a smelter and smelted it into a ring.
No, he
She's
got
like, "What's
married
this
to
ugly
someone
gray
that I
ring?"
actually respect.
Oh, that's good.
Liz, I love
she
you.
ever-
You're a great sister-in-law.
Did she ever give back
But
the
also,
PS1?
wait, was she the one that texted you the awkward stuff?
No, different one.
Oh, okay. Alright, anyways.
That was meant for my brother. She just accidentally texted it to me because
Right.
I was the last person to text to her.
What's your brother's first name?
Which one?
The one that the message was meant for.
Dennis.
See, because in my family, on my mom's side of the family, all the siblings' first names start with K, and so I was.
That would be awkward in my family since our last name starts with K.
And if
Well,
your middle name
what about-
started with K,
Oh, right.
Oh.
Oh.
your initials would be
K.
Kelly Killing Clan.
Anyways.
Anyway,
What other third-party games?
On the Wii U?
Yeah.
I'm sure I could go to GameStop and tell you I could like throw them all off the shelf and say
Right,
"These."
exactly. But see, that's the point I'm making. You know, like, it's hard to name them because there aren't that many. You know, they don't get that great of third-party support.
But
You
the
know-
thing is that it's up to this point, it's mostly been third-party support on the Wii U,
Right,
because
exactly. And that's a problem.
That reminds
like
me.
I could name like tons of Wii U. I can't even think of any Wii U games. Like I could name.
Well, you should get Monster Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Yes. I love Monster Hunter.
Zach and I recently got Monster Hunter for our 3DSs.
I put like 40 minutes in.
I put about an hour in.
I'd
I
say-
like it. I just don't have time to play it.
My 3DS.
Shout out to my brother. He loves Monster Hunter. He is really, really good at it. In fact, he bought a Japanese Wii so he could play Monster Hunter 3 early.
I remember
And
that.
then he bought a Wii U so he could play Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
That's cool.
I don't know if cool is the right word.
That's nerdy. That's dork core.
The more I learn about your brother, the more I'm like, why aren't he and I better friends?
I don't know. I love
Other
it.
than the whole Zach seeing his penis thing.
I didn't actually notice it, but like trying to remember it, I'm sure it was there.
I'm sure it was
That
there.
makes a lot of sense.
He's just very, very small.
I cannot speak for or against this.
Okay, so again, and I mean that's kind of a Nintendo story the whole time, right?
It's very, very small.
Name
really?
Name 10 third-party games
Oh,
on
you're
Nintendo
still on
64.
not
Right.
even good ones.
Uh,
just
GoldenEye.
any of them.
We've got
That's it.
what? No, shut up! You can't just cut me off.
Diddy Kong Racing, sure, I'll give you one.
Donkey
Kong.
Kong 64.
I'm excited for the new Donkey Kong.
No, Rare was acquired by Nintendo.
Oh, this is true. But
Right.
what were they at that time? Because then we've got Conker's Bad Fur Day. We've got Banjo Kazooie.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah.
Then we've got the Star Wars game, the pod racing game.
No, the pod racing game is not a good game.
It's a third-party game that got
some
traction.
good games?
Yeah, you said third-party games. You never.
You never said they had to be good.
No, but see the thing is like, but I'm saying like relatively because if we compare N64's third party versus PS1's third party, there you go.
But
case in point.
PlayStation is always that. Like seriously, some of my favorite games are those weird like PS1 and 2 like games that just came out of left field and blindsided.
Cat and Heart.
LSD.
I actually wish...
Katamari. Okay.
Let's
I love
see,
Katamari.
yeah.
What is this?
LSD?
D?
LSD.
No idea.
It's a drug, Zach.
It's
It is the
basically a
weirdest
dream-
fucking game.
It's like a dream simulator.
Oh
for
really?
the PS1. I've heard it's one of the weirdest games.
It's a dream simulator for people who have never experienced a normal dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that should be me because I don't dream normally.
Like your dream about me the other night.
No, Rob, I was just singing the "Nothing Gonna Break My Stride" lyrics, but I was
No,
just saying,
you had a dream
Charlie!
about me.
The
What
other
was it?
night, I think it was
That.
like on Tuesday night or Wednesday night, you were talking in your sleep and I woke up, right? Actually, pretty freaking amazing because you were like, their marketing strategy is just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like the thing is, you were saying it like Aaron was in the 7-Up like fucking game. I was like, it's
What the
hilarious
fuck?
that like it's so coherent because you're just like, their marketing strategy. What the fuck? Like you were seriously disgusted with whatever marketing you were thinking about.
It was probably
I'm
like
so
the
glad
marketing
you
of the
remember
Wii U.
stuff because I don't remember anything
It's so
you said.
good.
At least Charlie doesn't yell at you in his sleep.
I sometimes
not at me, but he does.
I just yell.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Their marketing strategy is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
That
And the
is
thing is, I can also tell that you weren't like seriously talking about it. You were like making a joke because I could hear like the laughter kind of in your voice, like what the fuck? Yeah, so good.
Oh my god.
Oh shoot.
That is seriously so fucking funny. Yeah, the Cheetos one where he's like, they disappear. He's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, it is a Cheetos one.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Oh well.
It was like right after he wanted to play.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Pizza. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That was another thing I said. I like to say fuck a lot in my sleep.
Charlie. Charlie.
Oh
Oh gosh.
fuck.
Bridger just bounced his phone off the couch and onto the ground.
Yes, I did.
Um,
Well, as soon as I can afford a Note
GameCube
3,
had
that's
good
what I'm getting
third-party
anyway,
games.
so.
Super Monkey Ball. The Froth.
Bro.
I can remember third-party games, but not good ones.
Donkey
Yeah.
Kongo, which is where you had the drums. I've still got
That's
those
the first
drums.
party
I never
Oh,
played it.
that's right. But it was a game that I'm gonna bring down here, and we're gonna play. 'Cause
Do you have the bongo
I
drums?
have 2 bongo drums.
Oh my god, we gotta play.
And
that.
they have like Rem songs and the anthem by Good Charlotte, and those are the only songs I remember on that CD.
That's a first-party game, though.
I know. I was just like
Okay.
thinking of weird.
Oh,
games.
GameCube games? There was a game called Custom Robo. I don't know if you guys remember that game.
I do.
Of course not.
I love that game. I just think like the way it looks is awesome. And when there was a version of it for the DS, I was like, yes.
Yes.
It's really, really fun. I don't know if it was good, objectively speaking. I just remember I really wanted to play it, so I liked it.
Bridger, what are you mouthing to who?
Are you trying to freaking murder me?
I'll murder you.
No, I'm swinging my knife around in front of Charlie.
That's a good idea.
I'm not even close to you.
me.
I'm not even close to you. Why are
And
you worried about me
Spencer.
murdering anyone?
And plus, if we
Who
were
are you trying to kill with the knife?
Me?
and plus, if we were gonna name bad or like not good third-party games for Nintendo platforms, I could have done that for any console.
Spencer's
Except
just
for the Wii
not
U.
worried about this.
You
Name.
guys aren't gonna
I'm
care.
across the room. How am I going to murder you with a knife?
You're gonna throw it. I don't know.
Bridger.
You wouldn't die.
Bridger, this is irrational. This is
Richard's over like Richard is like overly paranoid and irrational at weird times.
like that time where that
I
conversation
haven't like
was.
said anything this whole time.
Yeah,
I'm trying
okay.
to say something.
Bridger. Okay, and it's like accusing Rob of making threats at
Right.
me.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
saying,
like-
it's like saying, I hadn't talked to my boyfriend in 3 weeks, so I accused him of rape.
Play the clip
What?
back from the first podcast where I'm like saying something. He's like, "I don't do that.
Yeah, you're saying
Fuck you."
you're saying something to Rob, and Rob's like, yeah, no, that's right. And they're just like, fuck you, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at me.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I can name 10 third-party games for the Ouya.
All of them.
Super Sexy Twins.
Super Sexy Twins. Hidden in plain sight.
Oh yeah.
Towerfall.
Tower Fall.
Dude.
We should shoot
Hidden
a
in plain
Ouya
sight.
episode.
Oh, get it on top.
Yeah, get on top.
Oh
I bet Star Wall will get a Ouya port.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Star
I
Wall.
love
just
Star
the tip.
Wall.
Star Wars awesome.
We
Shout
need
out
to
to
do a
Jeremy
Ouya
again.
episode. We can do that tomorrow.
We've had to do that for a long time.
Yeah, and it's like such an easy episode to do. Why have we not done it yet?
Seriously?
You don't know Jack, and Hidden in Plain
Because
Sight. We'll be
we
coming to
had-
you guys in the following weeks.
It's because we've had terrible luck with the Ouya getting stuff to work on.
That is true. That's true.
Not to
Nidhogg.
mention, I'm gonna have
Nidhogg
to
is
take it in
another
my
cool
room
game.
and spend 8 hours
Nidhogg,
downloading updates.
Dude, Nidhogg is amazing. I remember watching Northern Lion and the rest of them playing on LSS, and it's seriously so freaking
What is it
fun.
I want to play
Nidhogg.
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 Just the tip.
Never heard of it.
No.
It's like a fencing simulator type
Zach,
game.
we have to play it.
Okay, Bridger, if you say so.
So
I do,
basically
because
the
I know
objective-
you're going to fucking enjoy
Just to
it.
get to the end of like
Yeah, you have to. The objective is that like you start on like one screen, right? And depending on who like kills the other or like makes it over them, they get to the next screen, and then the person, like their enemy, tries to get them like away from their screen. So like
It's kind of hard to explain,
Yeah.
but it's
Alright,
like it's a
It's
really
like
Just
tug
look
of
it up.
war.
it's really
it's kind
unique.
of like tug of war.
Yeah,
yes.
Hey,
it's really unique and actually a really good premise.
Let's play Risk.
I don't
No,
hate
because
you guys that
Spencer's
much,
gonna
though.
trump us.
I'm not actually that good at Risk.
No,
Tanner
Risk
helped
is
me out
Risk
a lot.
is easy. Risk is just a game of dice.
Exactly. But it
And
still
as-
takes smarts though. It still takes smarts.
All of my
And Newtown.
playthroughs of Risk have always ended. I have ended up like I'll get into the lead, get very bored with the game, and sabotage myself. Kind of like when we played Monopoly
Monopoly?
the last time. Because I'm just like, I'm not here to win.
Now, Monopoly, I always play like really high risk. Like
Or like when we were
I'll make the
playing,
same decisions, and sometimes they'll turn out, and sometimes it doesn't.
or like
and
when
if
we
it
were
doesn't, I'll
playing,
lose really quick.
or like when we were playing Mario Party at Charlie's house, and you didn't get a star the whole game, and then Donkey Kong tried to give you a star,
Donkey
and
Kong.
you said no.
Yankee Gang.
In fact, what were your words? What did you yell at him?
I didn't yell because I was seriously about to start crying.
Yeah, he was just angered to the verge of
Rob
tears.
would not cry in middle school, but he would cry like as a 24
But yeah, he was Benjamin
year old.
Buttoning.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I'm regressing.
I like. How, I thought that you were saying Benjamin Buttoning like PMSing.
Nope.
But anyway, what I said was, I don't need any charity from a goddamn girl. Because it was like the second to the last turn.
It was the
It
last.
was like
turn.
almost insulting because I could look at Rob and he just had to like.
The rest of us had like 6 stars. And the thing is that every time you were really close to getting a star, someone would move the star.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like
Or you would land on a Bowser's
we looked
face.
at him and we're like, oh yeah, Rob, you finally got to start, and we just see the cursor like move over to like no, or, like cancel.
Yeah.
And we're like, what, Rob?
So funny.
I don't need to go.
We should play Mario Party just for fun sometimes. Maybe tomorrow night. Who's
But
showing
it'll
up
never
tomorrow?
be as good as that time.
Tomorrow it's Cody, Cameron, and Jared.
Oh, so
And
glad
Caden.
Jared.
And if Caden shows up,
As a
we make
separate
it big.
party.
I'm so glad Jared's showing up. Like
I
nothing,
know!
Like
we should record while Jared's here.
I have missed Jared.
Yeah. Seriously, Jared.
Jared
I don't
is
know
a
if you'll
good
ever
dude
listen to
couch.
this, but I think you're pretty much the coolest person in your age group. You're the coolest at this
Hey,
point in
man.
time. You're the coolest person that has not graduated high school yet.
Hey man.
Spencer,
You've graduated high school.
Like that's not saying that. Okay, you're cooler than Spencer too.
Yeah,
Hey
totally
man.
are.
So we should just kill all Chinese people.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be that
All rounds.
Okay, so I was in philosophy class, and I was just like raising a hypothetical, and I said, so like let's say I believe that we should kill all the Asians, right? And that's like pretty much like what I was saying. And blah, blah, blah. I went on and talked about other stuff, but then when my professor raised the same point, and it was like, so let's say I believe that I wanted to kill all the Asians, and I was like, hey man,
Racist.
and like the whole class was just like busting up laughing. Yeah,
That's so funny. That's so tactful too. That's funny.
it was really funny.
I don't
Yeah.
ever talk in my classes.
In fact,
I don't
I've
either.
got a
It
friend.
depends on the class.
I've got a friend who's in your philosophy class, and she said that you are really good at like making people seem really stupid, but in a nice way. Which I was like, I don't understand how that works, and she's like, I don't either.
It's called having tact, Zach.
Tact, Zach.
Just carrying a box of tacks doesn't help me.
It's called having tact, Zach.
Tactics.
Tech
Tic
Tac.
Tacs.
Today
Yeah.
in War Taxax.
I think we're.
I
all
think-
right.
Who's attending a class of war taxacs?
I would.
I mean, I would, but who can?
What?
Welcome
Yeah.
to War Tactics 1010.
Do they like line the floor with tacks so it's like really uncomfortable to walk in?
Oh, I thought you were, okay, never mind.
I'm trying to understand why it's difficult to go to. Like, are you physically being stopped from going to this hypothetical class?
All right, so quick thing about
Papers,
Titanfall.
please.
I totally got into the beta, and I found out that it does not have an SLI profile, so you have to run with one graphics card always.
Ooh.
For right now.
What?
What is this?
Yeah, there's no SLI profiles for
He
Titanfall.
runs
Are you gonna
SLI.
play when you get back?
Oh, I didn't hear that you said Titanfall.
I'm actually not in the beta. I just read somebody's tweet and tried to be very informed.
You bitch.
I was excited to play for you.
You're,
By the way, I'm not an Xbox fanboy.
Hey, who here got
But
into
I
Elder
want
Scrolls
to.
Online?
huh?
Didn't your brother get into Elder Scrolls Online?
He got into beta, yeah.
How did he say it was? Did he get any playtime?
The thing is, he doesn't have anything compared to because he didn't play. He never played normal Elder Scrolls.
Oh, really?
Right.
Did you watch him at all?
I played it.
What do you think?
I think it feels like Elder Scrolls. That's all I can say. Because the thing is, I didn't get into like any of the deeper mechanics. I guess because it was just a load test, right? So it wasn't
Yeah.
extremely long. They just let people play for as long as they wanted, so long as they found out like how many people the server could support, and they would just shut it off. Anyways, right?
Yeah, they let me in like 3 times, I think. I think they're all load test though. So
Yeah, I mean they're probably done at this point.
yeah.
But I'm.
But I mean everything ran
I-
well. It was a really like solid game. So
Yeah, I was actually pretty impressed with it.
What
I
did
think they did. From what little I played, I think they did it well.
What did they call it at the time? Did they call it a beta?
yeah.
Have you guys thought that the word beta has been thrown around kind of loosely lately?
Yes.
Like
It
a
is.
woman.
Yeah, like Apple will like release a product, and they won't call it a beta test, but really,
It's another product.
Like the iPhone 5C?
yes.
Like
No,
here's a beta.
I'm making fun of my own brand, I suppose.
Yeah.
My brand.
But you don't like it. My brand!
Right.
Look!
I'm,
Look with your
retarded
special
eyes.
eyes! Oh.
Oh, Rob.
I love that commercial. I'm so glad you guys do too. Because my dad was like,
I love that commercial.
I would always like when we were watching like things on TiVo, and I'd skip past that commercial. I'd be like, wait, and I go back and I'd force him to watch it, and he'd just be like,
I don't.
why?
I
He's
don't
like,
know
you
if
fucking asshole!
I don't know if I've explained this on a recording yet or not, but every time I see that commercial and it has the line, look with your special eyes, I always think of special as meaning retarded, so I'm like, look with your retarded eyes.
Also, I don't know if it's been explained on recording, but Charlie's dad is just Randy Marsh from South Park.
Yes.
Also, he's super racist.
Yeah.
No.
He called Martin Luther King Day.
No.
Martin
No.
Coon Day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
And he also walked down the street with his balls in a wheelbarrow singing Buffalo Soldier.
Seriously, like, racial warfare shots fired from Spencer.
What? I didn't say anything.
You said exactly what we all said.
I quoted Randy Marsh.
You quoted Charlie.
Father.
By the way,
Charlie.
By the way,
Dad.
he's not a racist. and
He's
I'm
so
not-
racist.
He's not a racist, and I'm not a racist.
Yeah, the only person here that's racist is Bridget.
I'm not though.
No, I'm kidding. Relax.
He is. He is though.
No, I just want
Oh,
to.
you're pretty
Only
defensive
against
there,
black
Bridget.
just wanted to-
people.
yeah. Looks like
Yeah,
Cambion.
you didn't say a lot, and then you got really upset, and now you're hyperventilating.
Hey,
Charlie,
anybody
what are
here
you
watch
doing?
House of Cards?
Nobody watches House of
Anyone
Cards.
here watch House of Cards? No? Oh, okay.
I keep meaning to, I just don't have the time to start.
More like House of Sharks.
I haven't watched it either,
Bridget,
but I
that
hear
was
it's good.
most, like, seriously, like, chortle of a laugh I've ever heard.
How long was this video?
I don't know. A long.
I wasn't aware you were taking a video.
That is.
We're videoing this.
It's gonna be in video form.
Shut up, Spencer.
No.
No.
I think
Did you guys watch that video of Samuel L. Jackson getting mad pissed because somebody called him some other black actor's name?
What do they call him?
Don't.
Martin Luther.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne.
They
They
called him Lawrence Fishburne.
yes.
That fish smells burnt. That's
his
a
middle
burnt.
name. Shut up. I was like, what did you just say? What do you mean?
I watched that episode of Seinfeld where George buys a car that he thought belonged to
John Voight.
John Voight.
Oh yeah.
Because of the pencil?
Yeah.
Or no, he tries to test it with the pencil because it has bite marks on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh.
And it's
That
because
is what happens.
yeah. So yeah, I at some point I got all the DVDs of Seinfeld, and and so I just kind of skipped through them yesterday. What else did I do? Oh, I went back and watched some Adventure Time. Season 1, the animation looks weird.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Kind of for the better.
Yeah, I agree.
By the way,
I
Also, watch Bee and Puppycat
Yes.
and say the words "pretty stationary" though all the time.
I found out today that in an episode over the past year, there's an episode with adult Finn, and he's voiced by Jonathan Frakes, who was Commander Riker on Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'm just like, I need to find this fucking episode because I love that guy.
I have no
I think it was last
idea.
season. Yeah, I think it was last season where he goes in the pillow fort and that like hallucinates an entire lifetime.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it, and I think I've got it on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Or another version.
legitimate.
Legitimate.
So speaking of illegitimacy,
My children.
How's
That's
your,
what
how
my
are your
paper's
kids,
on.
Rob?
Ethics.
I got this ticket for the play tonight, and it stayed in the envelope. They never took it.
Did they even look at it?
No, they didn't even ask.
Well, you
if I
did
had
say
a
you
ticket.
showed up late.
I did, and I was like, I'm late, and they're like, okay, you can go in when the next scene change goes. I'm like, okay.
Oh, so you didn't even watch the first scene?
No.
You're gonna flunk that test?
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be like, what is the first name of the actor who played the main protagonist? And you're gonna be like, oh, John Voight?
John Voight.
John Voight is his first name. Last name is Andre the Giant Hogan. We never talked about this.
We
did
didn't.
All right. I was like, we were talking about 2-Headed Shark Attack, which has Hulk Hogan's daughter in it, And I was like, what is her first name? I imagine Hulk Hogan would name his daughter after his wrestling partner, because I don't know wrestling. I didn't know who his partner was.
I don't think it was ever his partner, but I chimed in on like Andre the Giant.
Yes, Andre the Giant Hogan. And honestly, I can wish.
And then when we had that,
dream of a world.
we had that comment war on
Andre
Facebook.
the Giant.
Oh my
Hogan.
God.
And we switched phones, Bridger, Zach, and I. And we were sitting at McAllister's eating dinner, and we just started.
blowing up her
Yeah.
post.
And so
If you
I
see
challenged
that,
his
oh my-
son,
You,
Andre the Giant Anderson, to a fight with my son, Macho Man Randy Savage Kelly.
And then we just started quoting
you guys, Spencer and Charlie need to go and like every one of the comments that's not Tories.
Yes.
Or anyone that's not any all the comments that Rob Bridger and I posted. And if you're
There are
listening,
seriously like 30.
and we know
Do
you
it.
on Facebook, it's 30 clicks, dude. You do that just when you watch one porn vid and you just skip around a bunch. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't deny
you
it.
feel like you gotta watch something different every couple seconds. I don't know. I'm not your mom or your pianist professor.
For your health.
For your health. Anyway, from the dude couch to your health. Have a merry jingle bells.
Valentine's Day.
What?
The end.